Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the next, what is this? The 209th CAF update. We've got a very OAX-centric show for you this evening, and I think you're going to enjoy. We have a lot of interesting announcements, and I get to tell you, Kevin Sharp is going to OAX. Kevin literally just popped in and placed an order over on the store today, not 5 minutes ago. So he will be attending OAX with many of you. So we've got lots of stuff to talk about this evening. Jiggy's in the chat. Nice to see Jiggy and a lot of the other crew out there. But my partner in crime, the CEO of Comic Art Fans and all things fun around here, Kazra Gambari. How you doing, Kazra?
I prefer Wendy's, but I'm fine. Thank you.
I prefer Wendy's too. But, tonight it's McDonald's. And it does not mean that we're serving McDonald's at OAX. Far from it, right? I'm not working in the kitchen, but maybe I'm playing on the McDonald's softball team. I don't know. But Kelly's got it right. Bill McCox. And apparently just so everybody knows, Kazra was supposed to wear his McDonald's jersey tonight, and he somehow forgot.
Someone made a comment already this is my favorite comment.
Right.
I've waited a long time for this show. It's still 5 months away, but Paul, I feel you. We waited a long time too.
Yeah, that is very true. We've been working on OAX pretty much since the show ended last January, and it's been an interesting 7 months. We've got a lot of work to do in 5 months, but it's been it's a process that is thankless, as I think Kazra would agree. But there's a lot of fun stuff. We get to meet and talk to a lot of cool people, and there's a lot of people bring ideas to us. Some of them are good, some of them are not so good. But either way, it's like a lot of the community wants to participate and give us suggestions, which. And it's never a terrible thing. It means that everybody feels a little bit of ownership with OAX. But tonight we're going to go over and talk about some of the guests that we've secured, and talk a little bit about some of the program. We can't really talk about all of it, but we've got a few interesting twists this year, change in flow of the whole venue that we're going to orientate you to this evening. And what am I missing here, Kazra? I'm not reading the chat.
Yeah, the only thing you're missing is I remember again and again how useful your last name is. It's amazing. Megacox, all of this stuff with what's this? Mick Megacox? I love that, Mikhail. That's great. I mean, we just upped the game all the time thanks to that family name. Hey, call your mom, tell her I love her, give her a kiss.
Mickey D's nuts. Yeah. All right. Well, what can I say, man? I've been living the dream for 56 years with this name. It's come in handy once or twice, but yeah. So where do you want to get started, Kazra? We've got some guests in the green room that we can pull in here and announce.
Oh, you want to just jump into a guest? We'll do that. Sure.
We might as well. I mean, we've got.
Yeah, we don't need to keep them waiting. We got some things we can show people with the convention center, but we can do that after. A first set of distinguished persons. Sure.
Exactly. So now this gentleman is distinguished every now and again, Mr. Mark Hay. And right, Mark Hay?
I don't think you've ever called me distinguished before, Bill.
No. That was the first
time. It's a strange night already. Believe me, it's going to be a doozy tonight.
It is going to be.
What's up, gentlemen? Glad to be on the show.
Good to see you, Mark. We missed you at San Diego for the first time. Yeah.
Yes, I know.
They still have flights from Texas to Florida. You are coming, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yes. Texas hasn't succeeded yet. They've been trying for like 150 years.
Yeah, so let's try not to talk about our Texas government, please. There's
that's it. No, that's all I wanted to say. I live in Florida. I got to give shit to somebody else. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're not any better. Just saying.
No, sir. No.
So the cat's out of the bag. Splash page art will be back.
Yes.
In force.
And in force this time. Oh, jinx.
Yeah.
And with all due respect to your incredible roster, the number one person that we wanted has said yes and has even joined us. Number 1A, not number 1B. Okay. The number 1A person said yes. And And despite the fact that they live very, very far away from the magic of ones and zeros, there he is, the man, the myth.
Yes.
Herman
Peralta.
Thanks for
Hey,
coming.
Herman, welcome to the show. And thank you for agreeing to come to OAX. Yeah, you were top of our list, honestly, and we're really happy to have you here. We appreciate the stuff you've done for Comic Art fans, Comic Art Live over the past couple of years, working on the mystery sketches and everything. I know a lot of our collectors really appreciate your work, and they've been and I think you've been top on a lot of people's lists to come to OAX. So we're really thrilled to have you.
Thank you so much. Means a lot. Before I start, I'm not so good in speaking English, so please some patience because but I will do my best. I promise.
It took Bill a long time to learn too. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's very good.
Still got my training wheels on. But yeah, no, it's gonna be great. It's Orlando in January is a good time. And if you heard anything about last year, I think the show went pretty well. I don't think Mark would have asked you to come as well if he didn't have a good show last year, right, Mark?
Yeah, it was a great show. Yep, everything was fantastic. Just need to keep those auctioneers time down in between.
We got
pieces.
it. We got it. Ooh, heads rolled.
Great show. As I'm sure you have, you can tell by all the people ordering ticket or 3-day passes from you guys, from what I've heard. So yeah.
Yeah, we sold quite a few VIP tickets already, so we're pretty happy about that. But no, it's good to have you back and Herman, and I think we can announce a few other guests that are going to be attending as well from Splash Pages. Who can we announce tonight?
So Moritat, also known as Justin Norman, also does nice color work. So a couple guys, Herman and Moritat, will be able to produce color pieces live. I know that not many people do that these days. So that's always exciting for customers. And Moritat doesn't do really shows. Like, he doesn't like being around 1 million people like New York. So OAX, I think, will be a good show for him. Obviously very talented, produces great work. He's a fun guy. So I think this will be a really good show for him, and I think people will enjoy seeing his work and getting to meet him. He works with both Nick and Jimmy, so
right.
It definitely fits right in.
Exactly.
He goes way back with both of those guys.
That's great. Yeah, we haven't told Jimmy yet. We'll let Jimmy know, and he might want him to stay a few extra days and do some 30 covers in 2 days sort of thing.
Right. Yeah, he's already doing Red Sonja miniseries covers right now, which I can't remember if I sent you a cover or not as one of the images, but yeah, he's I think 3 of the 4 have been shown so far, doing some very cool work. And in addition to Moritat, Maxi Dallo is coming back. Maxi was debuted last year, and I think you guys heard. I know I could tell instantly that he was very popular with collectors, and not only did he do a bunch of pieces there, but he also did a bunch afterwards and is still doing a bunch. He's going to be in New York with me, and taking stuff with constantly. So Maxi's a very busy guy thanks to OAX, and so it's been good exposure, and seems popular with everyone.
He was one of the, I think he was one of the stars of the show. He has so much heart in his work. And I'm hoping to come to New York Comic Con. I'll see you guys there. That's very good news.
Oh, cool.
He lives by, if I remember right, he even lives maybe in like a neighboring town, doesn't he, from you?
Yeah. So he's actually from Argentina, like Herman, but his wife got a 3-year contract with a school district in the Dallas area nearby my comic book store. And so, yeah, he's kind of only my local guy now. Michael Lark used to be my local guy, but he moved off to England. So Maxi is holding down the fort in Dallas as my only local artist, even though he's from Argentina. So, but yeah, he just wandered in my shop one day. We talked, and we talked
now
about
we know
what he
your
did
secret.
and what I did. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's better than Detective Comics 27. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is very true.
Gift that keeps giving.
That's great news.
Herman kind of holds down the fort for me. He has brought me a ton of Argentinian friend artists of his, and I'm going to miss him at New York this year, but
me too, Mark.
For a good reason. But we get to see him in Orlando, so even better.
Yes.
And the good news about Argentina is, Herman, you'll be coming and you won't be jet lagged. It shouldn't be too bad for you.
No, it's a little bit time, so no problem with the jet lag. I sleep very little, so it's not a problem too, because I'm always on the board. So
yeah, it's nice to be young. Yeah.
Yeah. No, more or less, yes.
So we're seeing pages from Midnight Sun's Blood Hunt, featuring Blade and Ghost Rider and a number of other characters. And Blade is not a nice guy in this miniseries, at least it appears. So lots of cool Herman's, gradient ink wash style. If you haven't seen it before. And then the initial piece was a brand new cover that he painted. That one was Geiger, right? Herman?
Yeah, for Ghost.
Yes. Yep. Exactly. Yes.
Yep.
I'm doing some covers right now. I don't know what I can get covers from Marvel, but for a good reason, I think I am doing a lot of covers for Ghost Machine, so I'm happy about that. Yes.
Yeah, throw up that red coat one. The colors on that one in the background.
Oh, right.
Yep.
Right here.
Yeah. It reminded me of like a Hellblazer cover.
Yeah.
Constantine, It's really cool. I like that one a lot.
I'm enjoying that. Yes. So it would be nice to do some more covers. I hope I made one for DC, but it's for a book that I don't know if you know, the Joker, the War. I made a participation there, and I have the chance to make the cover, a variant cover, of course. But I'm trying to cover than DC. Hope that. Yeah.
And you've got something coming up with Marvel, right? You can't really talk about exactly what it is, but it is.
Yes, it's something related with X-Men, but I can talk too much. Right now, I finished also a book with, I don't know if there is any news about that, so I can talk too much about the projects. The last thing that I made is for Midnight Suns with Blade, the pages that you showed. Mm-hmm. But I can talk about any other thing. Sorry.
See, we have this guy named Jason. He's like a genie. When you say the word X-Men, he just appears out of nowhere, right? Yeah. So he just appeared. So Herman,
hi, Jason.
Let me ask you and Mark, would this X-Men related project, will it be out or solicited by the time that OAX happens at the end of January?
I hope so. I think, but I don't know yet, because I recently started, so I hope that I can assure.
Well, we have a dossier on Mark. So if we need to, we're going to make sure that he brings the original art to OAX, even if it's embargoed and secret, to make it available.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The dossier, Mark, is a little bit thicker than maybe even you think. You probably thought it was thin, but it's actually like more like that. Yeah.
Bill and I go way back.
I've
It's
not been
probably
deleting any
more
photographs
like
from
that.
San Diego.
Yeah. Well, Bill's
exactly.
a nice guy, though. That's why it was thin before I got there.
I've saved all of those photos you asked me to delete, Mark, from back in like the early 2000s from San Diego trips. Yeah. Don't.
Congratulations, Herman.
push me.
We should say that too. Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's very important.
Thank you so much. Yes.
There's a guy that we know that's going to come on later. His name is Bob Layton. Way back in the day, he passed on the X-Men book. It's incredible, this guy. The decisions he's laughing.
He did this character called Iron Man, though. I think.
Yeah, he did okay. That guy, he did okay. Yeah. I mean, every photo I saw of him from back in '79 to '81, he looked like a chick magnet. I'll just put it that way. You're attractive when you got money.
Herman's got a cap on, but you should see him with his long hair. If he's still wearing his hair long, I don't know. Maybe got a cut. Yeah. His hair. He's got the rock and roll look going. That's for sure.
Yes. Yeah. I'm using my Clark Kent version now. So yeah.
Notice he doesn't have all the gray that that Kazra, Bill, and I throw down. So.
Yeah.
It's appearing. Yes.
Yeah, it happens. It happens fast.
Yes.
But Mark, can I ask Mark?
Yes, sir.
There was one more artist. Is that for tonight or not?
That was not 100% yet. I think it's almost 100%. So we felt like better to save that one maybe for the 12th or maybe a little bit later to keep things similar. I mean, people are asking questions obviously in the chat. We know who the artists they'd like to see make it, and
Joe Rivera. I know they all want Joe back.
They all want Joe, of course. They do.
Like we don't know, guys.
I want Joe to bring one of his motorcycles to OAX that he's painted. Because he's an amazing detailer. And I've heard he's painted many a gas tank on a Harley, so I'd like to see him bring one.
Maybe of those Kubert will bring his bike over, and maybe if we get Finch again, maybe
I was going to say Bill
back.
should bring his vehicle and hire Joe to paint his vehicle. Right, that's what we should do.
That would be interesting. That'd be a live painting demonstration that nobody would expect to see.
With Jean Grey all over the vehicle, I'm sure.
Yeah. Now, one of our, we've been saying this all along, and we said it all, during the last show too. But remember, at OAX, this is going to be the largest art drop at any show that's ever happened ever, and we want that to be the truth every year. So, if you have like opportunities to hold some things back and make it at OAX, we and all the people going to OAX would definitely appreciate that. I mean, it's going to make the show more special. It'll help create the excitement around coming to the show that we want. So whether it's the X-related art from Herman or something else that might be coming out, even if you got it, a couple weeks before the show, we'd all appreciate it if you could bring it to OAX first.
Yep, sounds like Herman has a bunch of projects going, so hopefully we'll get some of that artwork brought to us and can unveil it there. That'd be great.
So the point is that Splash Page is going to have more than 4 or 5 artists there likely, and we've already announced 2 new ones and a return in Maxi. So it's exactly the sort of mix, Mark, that we were looking for. We wanted you back. We wanted a few people back, possibly, but OAX sort of being only 500, 750, hopefully attendees. We want to really turn over the talent. So thank you for that, because it's hard. It's hard for us to make some of those decisions.
Yeah, my pleasure. I mean, we had a good time, and I know, Herman and Moritat are going to enjoy it. It's a great atmosphere, different than pretty much any other U.S. show. Getting to kind of hang out and draw, whereas you don't have, just the huge crowds, but more personal. Yeah, it should be a good time. Yeah, go for it.
Herman, I got to ask you. I know Argentina is from a land mass is a massive country, right?
Yes.
But any chance? Did you know? Maxi?
Maxi Dalio?
Yeah.
No, I am only for Instagram, but I didn't know him personally.
Okay, so this would be the first time that you meet then.
Yes,
okay.
I love his art. It's amazing. I always watch the things that Mark share on Instagram, and it's awesome.
I have a friend in Mendoza. It's a beautiful, but are you Buenos Aires? Which side are you on?
I am from Rosario. It's near from Buenos Aires.
Okay, so you're on the east side of the country, yeah.
Yes, I love Mendoza too. It's one of the prettiest places in Argentina.
Yeah, he tries to get me to visit, and so he sends me articles, and almost every year there's an article he sends me that says that Mendozan women are the most beautiful in the world, and he sends me that article every year to try to get me to come and visit.
Well, everyone said that.
I'm hoping you're single.
Yeah. In Rosario, is the most beautiful woman in Argentina, but I think everyone says it. Yeah. I have to say that, of course.
That's great. Okay.
Yes.
What are we looking at here? Maxi?
Yeah, this is Maxi's.
Oh, Maxi's piece. Yep.
Yeah, a number of some old and some recent commissions. This one was one of the ones that started it off. So he's known for a lot of these slice of life pieces, which connect with people.
Yeah, we featured a few of them on the Cap update. Yeah, when they were first coming out, and people were posting them.
He has a lot of that charm and perspective and heart that you see sometimes in the very best Pixar animation. There's something he brings some of that to his commissions, that narrative, component or quality. I like him a lot.
Yes, it's beautiful.
Yeah, he's a really nice
and then for
guy.
those not familiar with Moritat, I know we got a few pieces from him as well to show off.
There you go.
He was on was it the May Comic Art Live? He was on a panel, I think, right, Mark, with us. Yeah.
I don't think Moritat was he?
Yeah, there was the one where we did it at their studio.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Where it was a bunch of them. Yep.
They were drinking beers.
Yeah.
I was wondering.
Yes.
Maybe I dreamt that, but no. So he's been on the channel once before, but we'll be able to see him live and in person.
Yep.
Because he did some mystery sketches too this past time.
Yeah, he sure did.
I think everybody was really happy with those too.
Those are for of Maxi too. Those one.
This is Moritat. Yeah.
These are Moritat.
No.
Yeah. He does color stuff, a lot of color pencil and some ink.
Hey, Mark, I'm gonna ask you like the crude question that everyone wants to ask and won't. What's a piece like that cost?
This?
Well, let's say like a single character colored commission. Is there
not enough?
Right, that's the answer we want. That's don't even say the number. That's exactly, keep it that way until we do the pre-OAX stuff, and then raise his prices when he does well. Fair deal.
That's a strategy.
Leave the bag on the lap of the art rep. We want him now, and then you deal with the aftermath.
All right.
Thanks. Well,
Bill,
no
comment.
The thing is perfect. Herman, Maxi, Moritat, amazing values, great work, super affordable. So many complaints about, how expensive commissions are these days for some guys. You see this stuff. It's great work, obviously. And once you see the prices, you'll be like, what the hell? Okay, I need 5 of these, So, yeah, I'm excited to have all 3 of them there at the show. I think they're going to do well. People are going to be excited. This is the inks for a upcoming cover for Dynamite for a Red Sonja book that Moritat did. So you can see like his color commissions one style, and then much more detail in the pencil and ink stuff here.
Mm-hmm. That's
Lovely.
fantastic.
Yeah, claimed already by Alberto in the chat. So, guys,
Well,
I'm gonna be the guy who's abruptly says we're on a schedule. We have an esteemed guest coming on next. Esteemed, a guy that wears shades indoors. Sorry. I'm getting double bird from him, and again, thank you. This is exactly what we'd hope. Mark from Splash Page, Herman, genuinely, I cannot wait to meet you. I make it a point for my personal health never to get jealous about art, right? And you did a Galactus Silver Surfer piece for Mikhail in the mystery sketches last year.
Yes.
That makes me hate Mikhail just a little bit. My friend Mikhail, sorry. Amazing piece.
Not here tonight.
Oh, he was here earlier. So for me personally, that's about the biggest compliment that I can give, is that you made me go against my own rules. So thank you for that.
Much. Thank you for that. And well, I know you like Galactus or no.
I loved how beautiful the art was, how fresh the art was. I like what you do, period. So if I'm allowed like that one, that I can break the rule once where I can maybe get a pre-OAX commission from one artist, I think I'm going to get one from you if that happens.
Thank you so much.
Sorry, guys.
Yep.
There's
we
perks.
Can sign you up.
All right. Well, hey, Mark, just in case you didn't notice, your camera is a little tilted. You can fix that.
I'm always
You're always a little tilted.
Like it. I like
or
it.
Or is it me and my chair?
I don't know.
I'll let you figure that out.
Yes. But yeah, obviously we'll be talking, Mark. I mean, we've got a few other things to iron out with a few other potential guests for the show. So we have plenty of opportunity to have you back on in the lead up to OAX and talk about the other some of the other things that are going on too. But thanks for there you go. Mikhail is here.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll be talking to you again soon, Herman. It was a pleasure meeting you. So I can look forward to seeing you at OAX.
Thanks, Herman.
Thank you for coming.
See you guys.
Thank you, Mark. Herman, take care, Herman, please.
See you soon.
Appreciate you guys.
All right. Oh, big screen there. That's better. So that's gonna be fun. Herman's
that would be great.
Obviously, a lot of people have admired his work for quite some time, and the mystery sketch I think put him. I wasn't familiar with his work until they did the mystery sketch, right? And I think
I think him and Mannix, I don't want the ire of Marcus, but Mannix is probably the one that everyone likely covets the most, and Herman is right there, I think, with mystery sketches.
Yeah, so very true. So we you're right. We do have a legendary creator in the green room right now who is ready and raring to make an appearance. Hopefully he hasn't had too much to eat this morning.
Bob, you got in early. You got in like a half hour early.
I was going to say good morning, guys. I mean, I never know with the show, how your schedule is going to work out. Somebody doesn't show up or whatever. I'm a pro. I'm sitting in the green room waiting.
I thought you were doing calisthenics. Yeah.
It's morning. I'm just still on my first cup of coffee here in Korea, man. It's like it's 10:30 in the morning here.
10:30.
Well, I had a drink and draw last night too. We did a tribute to Jack Kirby.
Nice.
The drink and draw. That's great.
That always runs late, especially with Joey. Because getting out of there, he's sitting there, chewing the fat with everybody's there, so we don't get out of there till midnight half the time. Yeah.
So what'd you draw for the Kirby inspired?
I did Captain America, of course. It's like
Alberto. Oh, that's great. Can
this
we get
is not a claim show, Alberto?
Are you selling that one?
Show, but yeah, I did a Captain America, of course. I mean, when you think of Kirby, I mean, what else would it be but Cap, right?
I'm going to ask Bob the dumbest question he's ever been asked. Is that for sale, Bob?
Yes, it is. In fact, you guys know this for a fact. Joey has an auction going on right now.
Yeah.
You should put up a link right now so people watching. All the drink and draw drawings that I've done over the last year are available for charity. And listen, I just did the PopCon here last weekend. Had a capacity crowd there. It was fantastic. But I was able to raise like $5,000 for the charity. They're just by going to the fucking thing. It's like because most of everything, the money that I make here, all goes to our drink and draw charity. I don't really keep any of it for myself. So, and this year we probably saved some lives because we had record heat here, and when we bought those electric fans for all the elderly people here in the area through the community center, I mean, we probably saved some old people's lives. So it's important to me that we were doing something worthwhile here with this stuff. In the meantime, we have a great bunch of people, and we have fun drawing and all that kind of stuff, and the drill.
Bob always says all this stuff on the record because he's trying to increase his chances of going to heaven, but I don't know, Bob.
No, that's not gonna happen, man.
That's not gonna happen. Yeah.
How you feeling, brother? I know you've been under the weather. You okay?
I'm okay. Thank you. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm acting like I'm okay. I'm gonna try to sleep in the next few days.
Yeah,
but,
you guys have not been great communicators with me lately. I know this. I know OAX, which I'm very excited about.
Our team of 35
so
full-time employees were kind of busy the last month.
I want everyone to know out there, I've already done one episode of Where in the World is Bob Layton, and we're getting ready to shoot another one next week.
Well, you did. I think actually you did. You did your first episode of What the Fuck, Bob Layton, question mark. I got 23 videos. What am I going to do with 23 videos?
Well,
oh my goodness.
It worked out.
Bob. We're going to see those.
We'll get them. Oh, we're going to get them up.
Oh, wait. We do WTF 2 is going to be a blast, man.
I bet.
That means, everybody that coming to OAX. Am I going to have some new victims?
Oh, yeah. Oh, lots of victims. It bigger and better.
Yeah, because listen, I had a blast humiliating my fellow professionals on camera last time, so I can't wait to take another crack at them.
We'd love for you to humiliate some old friends, Paul Smith, Butch Guys.
Oh, but but you got Butch?
We didn't. You helped me.
I tried.
Try again. We want a better What the Fuck with Bob Layton. Ron Lim, though.
I tried Paul too, and basically he said, that MODOK freak? Fuck him.
Yeah. No, he said. I thought he said that if we rode a motorcycle across the country, he might consider it.
Yeah. No, listen, but look, I did my part. You guys asked me to contact these people. I reached out. I tried to pull some strings, call in some markers, but I mean, a lot of guys are done. I understand it too. I don't do a lot of cons now. When I do cons, I do for charity. I'm doing Jiggy's show, of course, because Jiggy's cool, and I got a couple of con exclusives. You get time to show them that we're bringing for the thing. And we'll probably do the same for OAX. I'll probably bring a couple little con exclusives for the show there too.
Let's give Bob some credit too. Bob talked to Ron Lim, and then I saw Ron at Heroes Con. And cross your fingers, maybe by the 12th when we have this second OAX show, hopefully Ron will be coming, and you can definitely
look whatever I can do, guys. You know that I'm there for you. I think OAX is a fabulous entity that needs to expand. Yeah, Layton After Dark. I love that. Yeah, this is one of the posters I did with Alex Sinclair exclusively for a Jiggy show coming up next week. We're going to be there, and we're going to be filming another episode of Where in the World is Bob Layton from Manila. So we have the Taiwan show, and we have we'll have the Manila show coming up.
Now, is the Manila one where you're hanging out with Zach?
Yeah, I'm going to be hanging out with Mike Zach, man, who I have known for almost 50 years, man, from my fam days.
Bob, if Mike was ever going to do one show, it would be in Florida near CGC and his family with only 750 people there.
Is this a suck up?
This is This is just ask the man just so he says 100% no, and we don't think about it
Okay,
anymore.
bro.
Yeah.
I did it with Paul. I did it with Butch. I'll do it with Mike, man. You know,
thank you.
I don't think you're going to budge him out of the Philippines, but we'll take a shot at it.
Yeah, we just want that number to go from 98% no to 100.
Well, no, I mean, I'd love to have him there, you know?
Yeah, we would too.
Yeah, these are just all recent commissions and stuff that I've done, you know, or drink and draw drawings.
Mm-hmm.
I will have a crap load of those because whatever we don't sell in Manila, I'm going to bring to OAX to sell there. Okay. And like I said, 100% of it going to local charities here in Korea, you know, so
that's a fine piece right there.
Yeah. This is some sketch covers. Apparently sketch covers are still big in Manila, Jiggy, you know, I got this one on my board. I have to color it yet. Check this out. It's a double cover. It makes one image. Here. It's Iron Man of War Machine. Let me see if I can even those out there. Okay, there you go.
You got it.
I have to color it today. So but yeah, apparently they still like the sketch covers there in Manila a lot.
They love their resale value.
I don't give I never give a damn what people do with them after they buy them from me, man. You know, I mean, it's like I've long since given up, like caring about that. I just try to do the best job I possibly can, and now I kind of pick and choose what I do because I want to have fun. I don't want to do Aquaman on the moon wearing a fishbowl and fighting the Legion of Superheroes. I don't, that doesn't interest me. But I did this for Spencer because Spencer's a big Beast fan. So I just kind of did that for him.
They have the same eyebrows, no?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, they do. Yeah, it's unusual. I think it's but I never understood the furry beast, the attraction personally. But when I did X Factor, I turned him back into Hank McCoy.
Easier to draw.
It's the other exclusive because thanks to Robert Downey Jr., this thing is getting more play than Taylor Swift. So it's like I had Alex Sinclair is actually recoloring it because I still had the original scans. He's recoloring it with the original Doctor Doom colors. But we couldn't get that done in time for the show. But when I come to OAX, I will have this print, another version of this print, recolored by Alex Sinclair. With the original Doctor Doom colors. I mean, who would have thought this? This is my last job at Marvel too. This is where I turned the pages back in and walked out, and never worked there again. But it's like God, it's everywhere now. Since they made the announcement with Downey, it's like just plastered on the internet. So I figured, hey, let's make a print for Jiggy's show. What the heck? Thank you, RJ.
Now I saw somebody ask about the prints. The only place you can get those is to go to the shows.
Yeah, you got to go. You got to go to OAX. I'll have exclusive prints for OAX, and I'm not going to tell you what they are yet. Okay, other than I think I gave away the Alex Sinclair one. But I will have I'll have at least 2 original prints just with OAX's logo on it too. Okay, so Castro, you need to send me a good scan of that.
Okay.
So I'll make 2 exclusives for that, as well as having all the drink and draw drawings and stuff there as well. And as like last time, I'll be taking commissions up until the show. Okay. So
we'll have you back on for that.
Hey, what happened to my mystery sketches? Did you use all of them?
Well, we kept some of them. We bought them ourselves, and we're going to use them as giveaways.
Oh, so I still can't post them anywhere.
Oh, you can post them. It's okay.
Yeah, Bill said I can't do it.
There were a couple that were.
I've been sitting on them for months.
Everyone will forget.
Bill said, "Oh, don't show them."
No, at the time probably, but everyone will forget.
I'm not the boss anymore. I don't know what. I don't never know when I can say yay or nay.
I did a shitload of them for you, right?
You did.
And
5.
I will do that again because I love you.
I'm like Trump. I can declassify anything that I want at any time. Come on.
Wow. Okay. Well,
yeah, I got power. Baby.
I got Costco secrets you do not want to declassify.
Yeah, but believe me, I got 5 for everyone.
I don't want to know, Bob. Don't.
All right. Hey, listen, before you get rid of me. Okay, so we're going to do exclusive posters at OAX.
Mhm.
I'm going to do another episode of WTF that'll be even twice as funny as the last one, because I'll have actually time to work up the questions once I have your guest list. So I'll be able to embarrass those who haven't seen it. By the way, you should go onto YouTube and check out WTF from last year. You'll laugh your ass off. And I will be bringing original art or whatever. And I still want my suite. Can we give them a look? Hey, before we go, can we give them a look at Gotcha Man? Because I want people to see this, because we'll be pushing Gotcha Man. I just sent it to you. The cover's done. It's being printed now. But I actually did my first kind of manga cover. It's a wraparound. And Joey's publishing it in Korean, but this is going to be an American version too. And like I said, I'll have that. Hopefully we'll have it in time for Jiggy's show. What are you laughing at?
I just put a comment up while Bill was looking away. So I was enjoying
it. Yeah, do you want fries?
Did you find it?
Let's see. I mean, I have to get it from that machine though.
Bob, you got to be happy. You're traveling again. So you went to Taipei, right? Now you're going to go to Manila, right?
Yeah, we're going to Manila, and then I'm actually coming back to the States in November. So okay,
you must have been. You were. Now I know you were really angry at me because you didn't tell me.
No, I haven't, because I haven't finalized my plans yet.
Okay, is it? Will you be in Florida?
My youngest grandson is getting married.
Congratulations,
November 2nd. So I'm going to. At least my tentative plan is to fly back there for the wedding, which is in Riverview. So, but I know that Jill and Jason will want you to come over to the house for dinner.
Thank you. I need some of that Jill grub. Yeah.
Oh man, she's making stuff these days. She just did a whole like Chinese thing last week. I mean, she posted on there. It's like, girl's crazy, man. This is my ex-wife we're talking about. Because whenever I go to the States, I stay with my ex-wife and her husband, or as I call him, my husband-in-law. They have a great house, and dogs. I miss dogs. All they have is little rat dogs over here. This is my wraparound cover for Gotcha Man.
Very nice.
Yes. I did with Alex Sinclair. Those guys, Mad Cave, they're a pain in the ass to work with. But we're doing we're going to be hopefully having that at Jiggy's show next week, if it gets back to the printer in time. If not, I'll bring some with me to OAX. Yeah, I tried to do the whole kind of Marvel universe kind of thing, with that. Alex did a great job on it. They're so particular about. I mean, they wanted changes on this art when it was at the printer. I told Joey, I said, you cannot change the tires on a car when it's moving. It's like, but every time we sent it back, it's like they were just they were incredibly difficult. But that's fun. And if Nikki's there, I'm going to thank Nikki, because Nikki just gave me the thumbs up to do a Terminator cover. Now that he got the rights,
sweet.
So I'm going to do a Terminator cover.
That's fantastic. That's great.
Well, listen, I think I was born to do that.
You could model for Terminator.
And just to wrap it all up, OAX, I'll be back.
Thank you, Bob. There it is.
Yeah, we're looking forward to having you back, Bob.
Now next week you're traveling again, right?
We'll be at Jiggy's show. We'll be in Manila.
Okay.
For a week. We'll be there, and I'm going to interview people. I'm going to kind of do Where in the World is Bob Layton and a WTF, because I'm going to interview the other guests that are there, and so it'll be a little long. All right, you'll have to cut it down probably. All right, but it's going to be cool. Then we're going to stay a couple days extra and take in the sights and stuff like that. We have a friend who's a major here in the armed services, and he has a house outside of Manila with a swimming pool. So we're gonna hang and watch football.
Oh, that's great.
Because I got my NFL Plus subscription. So after the show's over, we're gonna sit by the pool and watch some football games.
That sounds
Go
That sounds
Jets.
like a good time.
sounds
Go
nice.
Jets.
Well, I'm sorry. I've been a Jets fan my whole life.
I'm sorry.
Chagrin. Yeah, no, it's horrible. It's a horrible thing. Well, you know the story.
Joe Namath.
Yeah, the very first game I ever watched as a kid was Super Bowl III, and I became a Joe Namath Jets fan, and it's been downhill ever since.
Yeah,
But, you never give up on. It's like as a kid, that's your team. You stick with them, right? A few years later, I moved to New York, so you stay by your team. It's like see if Aaron Rodgers can last more than one game this year.
Only one down. Only one snap.
Well, Joey gets so much shit anyway because he looks like Aaron Rodgers, sort of an unkempt one, but yes, he gets that a lot.
Yeah. I don't see. Maybe a little bit.
I don't see it either, but he gets it. He does get it a lot, but that's neither here nor there. So yeah, Jiggy, we'll see you next week, guys. I'll see you when I get back.
Thanks,
right?
Bob.
Thank you very much.
Listen, Bob. I'm excited about this OAX. It sounds like it's going to be twice as much fun as last year, and that's hard to believe.
Especially if you get a suite.
Yeah, well, that was my deal.
I just said if.
They don't have suites there. Gasra, tell the truth. That hotel doesn't have suites, does it?
It does. I just don't know if you can tell the difference.
Yeah. No, I don't really care, but it was fun razzing Bill.
I think.
Bill
I
actually
think
thought I
a
was
little
upset.
uncomfortable there that one time, Bob.
Bill.
I think you get like an extra sink and it's like 3 inches wider. I think that's pretty much what their idea of a suite is. But you will get one.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll get one.
Well, listen, guys, I love you. I'll see you when I get back. And we'll have a couple episodes of Where in the World is Bob Layton to show everyone. All right.
Yeah.
Yes, we will.
We'll have a lot of content. Thanks, Bob.
All right.
Safe travels.
Right,
Say hi to Joey, please. Yeah.
Will do.
Bob.
Thanks, Bob. There.
All right. The suites are a little bit better than that. Not just
they are. I just didn't want to get his expectations up. There.
Flipping you off in the green room.
There's 2 other returning artists that we can announce today. And if you don't remember
them, I'll just do it because you're the one with the list. I don't actually have a copy of the list.
That's right. So Jeff Isherwood is coming back.
Mm-hmm.
And God bless him. And I talked to him in person at San Diego as well. He's definitely. I just talked to him a couple of days ago. He's definitely coming back. And Jeff did he did really fantastic pre-OAX stuff. Bob's still hanging out, staring at us. It's making me feel uncomfortable. Drop that guy.
You can't see his eyes.
There he is.
You can't get him out of the green room.
So Jeff is coming back, and Josh Cassara. We're very happy about that. Bill and I both talked to him at San Diego. Talked with Martha, his very lovely wife, who everyone hates now because she won the Mannix piece at the auction in January. But Josh is coming back. So between our prior list, which I'll just read off really quickly, is Adam Hughes, Allison Sohn, Jimmy Palmiotti, Amanda Connor, George the Pratt, Jonathan Wayshak, Simone Bianchi, Simone DeMeo, Matthew Allison, Adam Kubert, James Martin, Gerhard, retired and happy and coming to OAX, Miles Wool, Kevin Nolan, Carlos Soca, Tony Perna, who I saw a little bit earlier, sketch card artist extraordinaire, and Josh Middleton. That's 20 artists there, of which from that list, I think 17 are returning, and that's what Bill and I were kind of going for. Can we cap the number of returning artists? Definitely under 25, but maybe close to 20, so that we have a really good a turnover of people with the OAX club, and we may go above 60 this year. I'd be surprised if we're not at least 65. So if we're at 20, 70, I like 74. I was lying about 65. I'm just lying. But so it'll be less than a third, 100% less than a third of the artists returning.
Yeah, that is. Well, it's going to be close to that, I think, at the end of the day. But because of the fact that we have the whole facility now, we could show the diagram. We got time. You want to show the floor layout?
We'll do the floor map. Yeah, but Marcus, yes, the Comics Den is coming, and we're going to do an entire skit on you, and you'll enjoy it. You know, they drag heroes out for about a month and a half of content. Let's see if we can get a month of content out of them at OAX, and we'll definitely do a Marcus skit.
Oh well, you better believe that. They'll be
hand
puppets,
to bring some of that fresh FF art. Well, the cool thing about Josh is last year, even before I asked him, he said, "I'm holding back this, and this cover," and he showed them to me. I didn't even ask him. Josh gets it.
Mm-hmm.
Josh is Josh is a dream to work with. So, you know, I'll mention something to him, Chris, specifically that, and I'm sure he'll do it.
Yeah, no, Josh was fantastic to have at the show. I had never met him before, but he was he was one of the highlighas for me.
No way.
No way. Yeah, way. It was sick. Yeah. No COAs from Josh Cassara, but but at any rate, you want to show a diagram? Can we show a diagram?
Yeah, let's show the convention floor. Yeah.
Well, you know, first it might be, you know, I actually loaded up a photograph of the outside of the building. I thought maybe it'd be worth just to start there, because a lot of
sentimental.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost like you're going to be there.
Pretty. Look how pretty it is.
So, as everybody knows, last year the main entrance was inside the that tower that's nearest us here, and it was right next to the elevators. But we're kind of switching things up this year because we have the entire facility. So the main entrance is actually going to be in that where those double doors or quadruple doors are underneath the where it says DoubleTree by Hilton. That is the other side of the convention center that we did not have last year. So people will be lining up rather than throughout the lobby and snaking around out by the pool. You'll have a covered area right in the front of the entire facility to kind of hang out and wait for the opening bell.
Yeah. But what we really see here is that in Florida, there's a lot of handicap parking.
Yes.
And then to get you totally orientated, you know, 2 towers on the right, and then on the left is the entire convention center. And we have the entire convention center. No entrance from the hotel. Like Bill said, entrance through here. And then you've got the like the basic little map of the convention center, right?
I do. Yeah,
awesome.
That is. There we go.
And Alberto's already upset that we're going to make him walk. Yeah. Well,
it's only
Alberto, I'm upset
that
it's 2024 and we don't have hoverboards, you know, like commercially available yet. So we're all upset.
Jerry Bourne says he's going to bring some sunblock. It's covered, guys. Don't worry. You just walk right over, and you won't. Even if it's raining, you won't get a drop of water on your portfolios. Yeah. But this was essentially the main entrance to this place is the one that we're using. We were using the, I don't know, almost like the rear entrance to the whole place to get into the main exhibit hall. But this time around, we'll have a very prestigious looking registration desk, and the lobby is actually pretty large. It'll be an area where people can kind of hang out and talk, and hopefully, you know, if you look at this map, the main exhibit hall is the same one that everybody was familiar with last time, but now we have the this other area with the collector lounge, the auction floor, and then that first TBA area in that one square on the left, which I guess we may or may not talk about tonight. I don't know.
I don't think it matters tonight. Maybe we just do that on the 12th. But we have some announcements for space use. Yeah. And it'll answer, Tony, your question, where will I be sitting? It'll answer that question in part.
Exactly.
Hey, again, you know, the excitement with that outside photo that there's a lot of handicap parking. The excitement with this layout is that there's 2 sets of bathrooms.
And they're well marked.
That's
because the other one before that, most people went to the outdoor bathroom because they didn't know how to get to the other one. This time it'll be much easier to figure everything out.
And you know, while we have this up, Bill, let me give people just a little bit of scale. I mean, this isn't drawn perfectly to scale, obviously, but the main exhibit hall is about 20,000 square feet. And then when you get into the column of TBAs, those 3 on top of one another, That's about 5,400 square feet. And then the longer TBA there next to auction floor is 4,600 square foot. The auction floor collector lounge collectively is, I think, just at 10,000 square feet. And the special gallery space this year will be about 3,100 square feet. So overall, the entire convention center with is 60,000 overall, and it's just under 50,000 square foot of usable exhibitor space.
It's a huge upgrade to what we had last year.
Yeah.
What was this? Table sizes. I don't think we can say just yet, but there's a lot of stuff in flux right now, and all of them are upgrades for both our guests.
Yeah, Joseph, you'll be happy. Yeah, and Joseph and I were just talking. You're going to be. I think you're going to be happy.
Yeah.
I'm going to be happy.
I am as well. I think it's no, everything seems like an upgrade this time around, and we haven't really even gotten to some of the.
Yeah, we're gonna
be working on too.
We talked about having some bespoke printed toilet paper made for the bathrooms. Even let's go all the way, Bill. Let's do it.
I thought that was a joke when we were talking about what we could do in year one. You're still thinking about that in year two?
Yeah, I mean, now we have some money. I want to spend that money on the dumbest stuff possible. Don't you see those reimbursement emails I'm sending you? Come on.
I have. I've been paying them.
3 days later.
Well, that's because I'm working like a dog here. I'm 3 days behind in my emails. But
hey, numbers wise, we've got 17 announced returning, 3 new tonight: Bob Layton, Jeff Isherwood, and Josh Cassara. And Martha is likely. She must be coming with them, which is great. And then we've got Mark Hay, who announced Herman Peralta, Maxi Dallo, and Moritat. So 2 new, 1 returning in Maxi Dallo, and probably at least 2, possibly 3 more to come from Mark, and with any luck, by the September 12th show. And that sets the stage, unless we're too early, Bill, and then we can just switch and talk about tickets and other stuff for the next group. That's slowly coming in here. Should we wait a second?
I don't know how many of them are going to be here.
Hey, a person with authority there that we can see, put up the number of fingers of how many more people you're waiting on.
He doesn't know. He can't see the other people. He only sees himself.
Oh, there's 3 people around you, person of interest, who I want to finger us.
He's not sure how many people are coming. Yes, everybody's like, Jiggy just answered. Thanks, Jason.
Okay, wait.
Jason never, he'd be terrible at a surprise birthday party.
Can I just bring him on?
Yeah,
hey, Jiggy. I'm sorry to surprise you.
No, I'm answering you on the private chat.
Oh, you're smarter than us. There's a number 3 on there. I'm so sorry. Wait. Oh, okay. So we're waiting on maybe one more person.
You know what? Let's just bring them on.
Okay, we good? Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, go ahead, Bill, please.
I can bring him in. I've got what do we got? Harvey and Ellery and Mannix. Okay,
this is the Matteo Scalera. Hello.
Woo! Hi.
Hi guys.
Hi guys. Good evening. Good morning.
Good morning.
Surprise. So yeah, welcome back to OAX. All of you. Well, except for Ellery. This is
Ellery's new.
It's gonna be my first time, so I'm excited.
We are as well. I mean, we got to meet in San Diego, but now we're going to get to have everybody get to meet you at OAX. We're looking forward to
Mannix and Harvey, I know you're both very nice, but you were on mute. Okay, Mannix, you took it off now. Harvey, you're still on mute, just so you know, okay?
Because of the fan. The fan was so strong. The fan, need to mute always. So, okay, but no worries.
Honestly, I can't hear it.
Lance popped into the chat the moment Mannix came on screen.
Yeah, he's like Jason D'Ambrosio when you say X-Men. He just appears.
Yes, exactly. We're all shocked, Jason.
Ellery, thank you for coming. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Honestly, we should just do JiggyCon. You know, like next comic, if we could have like 15 artists from, you know, Jiggy, if we get the number big enough, we could either like we could get a cruise ship or we could get a private plane. If we you need a roster of like 25 or 30 artists, and then we can do something like that, right?
Well, this is not just a group. There are more to be announced soon, but for now, we're announcing that Mannix and Harvey are returning, and Ellery is joining OAX for the first time.
Okay.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, we're so excited.
Carl thinks one of the TVA rooms is all for next comic art. They can just have the entire room to themselves.
Alberto, I thought I was joining you in your room.
Yeah, that's what's interesting. Okay. But yeah, anyways, well, everybody knew you guys were coming back. I mean, at least at the next comic art crew was coming back, but nobody knew really whom was going to be a part of that entourage.
And I'm helping out some new guys with their visas, and I will need some invitation letters from you guys also. Just to
we're happy to write them.
Yeah. And the crew has been working hard. I'm really happy to say that a lot of these artists who haven't been published have been being recognized already by the different publishers in the US. So news to come, which is really good.
Yeah, I have a feeling that that's going to happen fast for the next crew. One artist, the next artist, the next artist. Let's hope.
And if you haven't gotten your Thundercats cover of Mannix yet, please do, so we can make Alberto happy.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Oh, isn't he happy enough already? That man is one of the happiest guys out there, and always picking stuff up. But yeah, no, we're looking forward to it. We're actually we're getting closer on the floor plan and everything. There's a few things up in the air, but we've been thinking about where are we going to put the next comic art crew. It'll be a good spot. We guarantee it.
Can't wait.
Yeah, but it won't be your own room though. Not yet. That might happen in year 3.
2027. Let's do 2027. Let's give Jiggy just a little bit more time.
But we want to be with everyone. We don't want to be separate.
Yeah. It'll be an elevated stage on the main floor or something.
No.
Too much pressure.
Way too much. Okay.
Spoiled. But again, I know that we have, like you mentioned, Jiggy, we've got a few other guests that we will be announcing. Maybe we'll be able to do that in the next couple of weeks. Maybe it'll be closer to the end of September.
Yeah.
But
I can announce that we're waiting for him, but Mikko Sawayan is supposed to be joining us, and I can announce that Mikko's coming back to OAX.
I'm going to be featuring a piece of art by Mikko in my CAF update later on tonight. So,
because he's supposed to show some new art. I was just talking to him 30 minutes ago.
What, he was sending you some new pieces?
Star Wars?
We'll have some new stuff available on the website tonight. For people going to NYCC, day 5. If you've been following the newsletter, day 5 of the commissions is tonight, and Mannix will be opening commissions tonight. So just wait for that email.
Oh, good.
Around 11:30 EST. How many are you? How many of your group is coming to New York, Jiggy?
7.
Oh wow!
Wow.
Maybe possibly 10 because okay. So the people in the Middle East, like Kim and Luigi, they're gonna be brought in by Sandstorm if all goes well. So they'll be there also. And then there's one more who might be going.
That's you're about at that private plane level.
Not yet.
Well, that's good. I'm not going to New York, so I'll be missing out. Kazra may be going to New York Comic Con.
But it was great seeing you guys in SDCC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your table was very busy.
Yeah, because we had lots of food.
Yeah. Yeah. It was
Thanks to Lance. Thanks to Lance.
Yeah, it was
Thanks
the food. Wow.
I'm not scared to go to New York. I know why Marcus thinks I'm scared to go to New York Comic Con.
No, Bill's scared of Seattle. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's because Marcus says that you're supposed to be scared of Seattle.
And Lance's basement. Yeah.
Hey, Rex is in the chat. Rex, are you going to OAX? Let me know.
Alberto's hoping Sally might make it. There's lots of people from your crew.
Well, Sally's going to New York, right?
Sally's going to New York, but she hasn't decided yet. So it'll come. It'll come.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know their wants. They don't have to be fulfilled in the 2025 show.
So
we can keep them waiting.
Kazra talked to me in SDCC, and we were working out some names. He had his wish list, so I'm working on that.
Thank you.
He didn't share it with me, so it'll be a
That's
surprise.
how you get your wishes.
Oh.
That is so true. Shoot.
Yeah.
Now I know. I'm learning how you operate.
Sneaky.
Yes, exactly. But man, well, it's going to be a good time. I mean, you guys know that. I hope you can get in, some time to before the show or after the show, because I'm sure you didn't get to every park or thing you wanted to do while you were in Orlando.
Yeah,
these guys know how to enjoy themselves.
2 months after OAX last year, so.
Bill, if anything, we need to shut up and watch these guys and learn from these guys how to enjoy ourselves more. They know how to enjoy themselves. We got to learn.
If people come in early, we can have like a Jollibee party.
Oh yeah,
go to Universal. And
well,
then Mannix will perform music, private concert. Ellery will sing.
I like it. The Jollibee's is like 2 minutes from my house, but that's about almost 30 minutes away from the hotel.
Oh.
So I'll take everybody's order and load up my car.
Yeah, we'll have chicken joy.
Yeah, if you need a little taste of home, we'll make sure there's a mini refrigerators and microwaves in the hotel rooms too, and I'll buy like enough Jollibee for 3 days, whatever. If the kids want it, just let me know.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Tariq says we can DoorDash it. Well,
it'll be cheaper to pay me. DoorDash is
it will be.
Yeah, I'm going to get it reimbursed, Bill.
3 days late. That's all. But yeah, Tim says Tim's coming in early to go to the parks.
Yeah,
but,
good.
That's
good.
what a lot of people did last year. You stayed late last year, right, Jiggy? You went to parks afterwards. You actually went to the parks with Felix, I think, on Monday or something.
Yeah, we went with Lambo, Yams, and
right.
Felix.
And we were all very sleepy and tired. But we still had fun.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
Jerry Bourne's trying to say that Layton's going to have a party in his hospitality suite before the show. Well, you never know.
Yeah, the only problem with Bob, he's 30 years sober, 40 years. Oh, look at this. This is another.
I saw this right after we talk from Bill Byers.
I never can tell the size from Mannix's pieces. It's incredible. That one is larger than I thought it would be. Wow.
See, Bill Byers sold all of his comics in that Hakes auction, I think the last one. So, and I know that was one of them. He had like a 0.5 Action Comics 1. So he's replacing them with a Mannix recreation. That's pretty smart.
Look at Alberto. I don't think I'm going to have a CEO party this year, but I'll invite you to afternoon tea and crumpets. We'll have tea together, Alberto.
Mannix, #1 Marvel fan, is asking for his ROM piece.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It'll come, Tom.
I think Tom might be the number one OAX fan, even more than Marvel.
Yeah,
Maybe. He had a good time last year.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, we're looking forward to having you again. Obviously,
Thank you for inviting us.
It's going to be a
we're
good
excited.
time. We've got.
If you're in the Baltimore area and you need commissions, Ellery's over there.
Oh, that's right.
Until November
I forgot
30th.
about that.
Yeah, I decided to stay. The plane ticket's expensive. I was like, you know what? I have a free lodging here. I'm staying at my sister's house. So I was like, yeah, I need to stay. Yeah.
But Ellery, you look so relaxed.
Oh yeah, I'm a passenger princess here, so it's perfect.
Nice.
Yeah. But and guys, don't forget that in November we also have Comic Art Live, the 10th Comic Art Live. So that'll be. I know that you are all going to be on camera a lot with us for the next 5 months, with between OAX, Comic Art Live, pre-con stuff, any other opportunities.
We have a September 28th live.
We got a
stream.
September 28th show. You're right, Marvel versus DC, right? I know who I'm rooting for in that battle. So yes.
Oh, so you don't have to root for anything. All the pieces will have both Marvel versus DC on.
Well, as long as Marvel, I'm gonna only buy one where Marvel has the upper hand. That's all I can say. If I buy any, if I'm allowed to buy any.
Maybe Maureen can be the one to claim during the stream.
The best is to let Gwen do it. No one will get angry at Gwen. But Jiggy, you have Manila. You have Manila coming up, yes?
Yes, we're seeing Tom Layton next week.
Tom.
So we'll be sure to hang out with him.
Yeah. Tom and Zach. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you want to show it?
Sorry. Oh yeah. So speaking of Manila Convention, unfortunately I couldn't join them, but I did this specific drawing.
Oh.
For CV
very nice.
Yeah,
So Ellery was hired whenever the Marvel editor-in-chief goes to international cons, he hires an artist to do something. So Ellery's idea was to create, or he's an ice cream vendor. So it's street ice cream here in the Philippines, and then cheese, ube, and chocolate flavored ice cream with the Marvel heroes buying the ice cream.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. my first ever drawing I did in this house. I was like, okay, I'm relaxed enough. I can do like a very intensive drawing like this. So I'm really excited for the pre-con commission that we're gonna be getting soon.
That's very nice.
Bill, do you have a request who Cyclops wins over for the Marvel versus DC?
Yeah, like the spot. Like someone really worthy. Like, it's got to be a DC character, right?
Yeah, it's got to be a DC
beats,
character.
Darkseid's Omega Beam.
Yeah. Let me think about it. I mean, obviously he probably can't beat many people on the DC side of things, but
oh wow,
something. Maybe I'll huddle with Marcus and he'll give me a few good ideas.
What about MODOK, Kazra? MODOK versus who?
Anything that these guys do is going to be better than any idea I have, honestly. Yeah.
Chris Mark says Cyclops versus Aqualad.
Yeah, and Corey said maybe he could take on Alfred. Okay, I got it. Or Jimmy Olsen. Yeah, everybody's got the idea. See, but Tariq's got a good one. Cyclops versus Firestorm. That would actually probably turn out pretty well.
DC Comics.
All right, I like that. So, ambush bug. He loses the ambush bug. All right, Marcus. That's rough. But all right. Well, guys, listen.
Thanks a lot for having us.
Looking forward to it. You know that. And
see you in NYCC and then OAX.
Oh, Jiggy. Oh, sorry. Can I be terrible and say I forgot that Egg Foo is a DC character? Do you know Egg Foo?
Egg Foo, okay.
Yeah, it's the most ridiculous, probably inappropriate character there is, but he looks a lot like MODOK. Wait till you see him. Yeah.
I'll Google that.
So that's the matchup that you would like to get, Kazra.
Yeah, I mean, if MODOK defeats anybody, at least he can, like defeat an egg, Yeah.
All righty. Okay, guys. Well, we'll see you definitely on the 28th of September. Probably earlier than that, I would imagine. But looking forward to having you all at OAX. It's going to be a blast. And enjoy the rest of your day. You guys are just getting started.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. Good luck at Manila, Jiggy.
All right. So yeah, I've actually heard of that character. Doesn't he have like a mustache or something too?
Yeah, it's a wild character. I think that if they've retired any character, hopefully they retired that one.
Hey, Johnny Makes Comics is in the house.
There he is.
Not coming to OAX this year, John, but you're always welcome. Love to have you at some point whenever you can make the trip over here. So what else we got to talk about? Do we have any other guests that we can? I mean, you and I have like kicked around a lot, and I know we've got confirmations, but I didn't know how many people we wanted to announce this evening. That we have some. We've definitely got at least the strong from.
I would rather do most of it on the 12th, honestly. Yeah. And then, you still have some CAF update stuff to do. And then with Chris, so it just wouldn't go that long. Okay. We're not getting TD art tonight. Yeah.
No, she, because of the one artist that she wanted to have. Yeah. That'll be on the 12th. So,
okay.
So there you go. TD art will be back, everybody, with a few artists, and we can't say who, but one of them that we really wanted to have on wasn't available tonight. So we're gonna have to wait till the 12th.
Just a couple of small things. Then one is where we're at with ticket sales. We're already at 2/3 the ticket sales of last year with 5 months left. I just looked it up today. That's plus or minus about right. As far as sales, we still have a reasonable number of tickets left, but obviously the next 5 months we're going to be escalating. So that we're comfortable with that, and people getting what they want when they want, and we will update the regulars to the channel and the people that actually read the newsletters. You'll be forewarned. The VIP tickets are going to sell out, but you'll be forewarned. We're going to harp on this though, guys. The hotel is kind of no joke, and it would suck for you to come in and especially if it's your first time and you're like, wow, this is better than I thought it would be. And then you have to walk away to another hotel. Try to be at the hotel. We're up to 1,200 room nights. There's no doubt that we're going to have to add more. We're probably going to have to add more sooner than later because we can't risk them being booked. Last year, they were sold out a month and a half, 2 months before the show, something close to that.
Right.
And again, the policy on that is just so good. Sorry for everyone who knows this. We're going to say it again and again. You can book it. There's no money down, and you get a full refund. Poor guy. He missed it. Just came in.
Oh, Vaughn, the Jiggy's crew just left away. Hey, but you get to say hi to everybody before you leave the green room. We don't want you to have made the trip.
Hi, Vaughn.
Next Comic Art, we're here, and they just left. Not 4 minutes ago.
Oh, they left.
Okay, we get to say hi to you.
Sorry.
So now we can say Vaughn's coming.
Thank goodness. I was wondering. Vaughn was on my list, and I was wondering what happened.
I'm just too busy.
Thank you for coming back, Vaughn. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
Good. Sorry. We got it here.
You've been doing some great work, Vaughn. Every time I see a piece of yours pop up on social media, I'm like, doggone, man, this guy keeps just getting better and better with everything you're putting out there.
Just enjoying it.
Good. You should be.
Yeah, Kelly, my girlfriend's favorite character is Magic. And she is very picky. Very, very picky. Basically, there's Bill Sienkiewicz and then everybody else. And honestly, she loves your Magic. She has to own one of your Magics. Yeah, it's 1 out of every 20 artists that she thinks is good, and she thinks yours is one of the best. Yeah.
Yeah, no, But yeah, no, this is going to be great. We were telling Jiggy we're still working out the floor plan and everything, but we've got space to spare for the next comic art crew.
Anyway, I'm just late, so just say goodbye and hi.
Thank you, Vaughn.
All right.
Thank you.
Vaughn.
We'll talk to you soon. That's great. I was wondering if
I was too.
I thought that there was a visa or some sort of issue, and that's why he didn't mention him. But that's funny. Let me just finish the thing on the hotel room, okay?
Yeah.
No card down and fully refundable. I believe it's 72 hours or maybe 96. I should know for sure, but it's 72 hours, I think, in advance of the show. You can cancel. There's no penalty. There's none. There's no penalty to us, even with our contract. Just go ahead and get them. And we're harping on this just so that we can reserve more rooms for our group. That's it. So thanks. End of message there. And the other item for me was we are going to have a collector's island again. If you're interested in having a table at OAX, you know the guys who were there last year. You can ask them about the pluses and the minuses. It definitely seemed like if you were sharing a table, that was the best scenario. You could walk away when you wanted. You could both walk away when you wanted, and someone you knew at a table next to you could watch it for you. But that probably is a good scenario for most people. We have a bunch of people that want tables, but I think if I had to guess again, Bill, I think we have 2 left. So I just put the call out. Email Bill or I or info@oa-expo.com and let us know you're interested. We'll get you in the queue and we'll confirm it probably within 2 weeks.
Yeah, we've got a lot of things to do in the next couple of weeks, but we want to try to iron out all the exhibitors and try to be able to start making announcements for the people who are going to be taking over some of the exhibitor booths. That we've got some returning exhibitors from last year. We definitely have space for new ones. So I think you're going to see some new art sellers coming in. There's definitely going to be, there's just going to be a lot of different surprises for everybody. And on the 12th, I think everybody's going to learn a lot more because some of those TVAs might be filled out on the map that weren't filled out today. So we want you to know how we're using the space and how you can start your plan of attack. But I saw a question from Alberto. We are at this time, yes, planning on having the reception in the same place we had it last year. Hopefully the weather's good. As long as it's good, we're going to be outside. That's what we want. Might start at probably start at around the same time. Might end.
Well, we may as well mention that it might be 5 o'clock instead of 6 o'clock. That's it. Yeah.
And then what was there? I thought one other question. Where was it? I lost it already. But either way,
yeah, the team Oreo they were super sarcastically excited about the apples in their lunch and the fact that the CEO was carting around their drinks between Jason and Mikhail. See, guys, this is why we're just terrible at marketing. If we described the collector's island that way, they would have been sold out already. But I'm going to get going, Bill. Unless you need something else.
Nope. I got a list of stuff to finish up here.
Yeah.
So
yeah, have fun.
All right, Casper. Yep.
See you guys.
Take some time off. Good night.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, there you go. OA-expo.com. Let's never forget the dash if you want to get some information on the show. We will be populating the website over the weekend so that by end of day Sunday, we'll have all the announced guests posted there. And or if not sooner, I'm actually going to be working on that tomorrow. So we'll probably get those things fleshed out. But the link to the registration for ticket purchases there. You can also the booking link is off of there to go to the DoubleTree, and like Casper said, I'm missing that. Thanks, Casper. Is taking control of the chat. Anyway, so now you totally threw me off. But I was going to save this for. I have like 3 different packages here, but I'm going to save those for next week. Because I think it'll be fun more to make everybody wait. You'll be able to see the pieces of art I picked up yesterday from Anthony, and that Bill Sienkiewicz piece that I picked up from Heritage, I think is due to arrive tomorrow or Saturday or something like that. But at any rate, I did not beat up any teenager for this thing. I bought it. And Kazra was supposed to be wearing his tonight. I'll never let him forget that. But yeah, this is the one and only time I'll have this thing on. Oh, geez. All right, let me hide this this thing here. So not doing a unboxing of any sort, which I'll save for another time. I wanted to just go over the schedule real quick. Got a couple changes and whatnot in here, but nothing too major. As everybody knows, I got Brian Hitch on this Saturday. Actually, I have a stack of art beside me. I haven't even scanned yet, but I'll show off some of those pieces when we're done here. But yeah, the Saturday show is at 2 o'clock. I'm going to focus mostly on on team oriented stuff from Brian. He's got some I guess he's got some Avengers artwork that he recently sent me, and then we've got some old FF, Age of Ultron pieces. We've got some Ultimates V2. So I'm going to mix it up and probably have about 30 to 40 pieces from team books of his, which most of his stuff was, but and it'll be Marvel focused. I have a feeling. I don't know if there's not a lot of DC stuff that I'll probably add into that mix. Then other things to note, we've got Japan Comic Art coming on the 14th. That's another art sale on a Saturday. That'll be at 9 p.m. I was just told by Jim McLaughlin that I've got Joelle Jones coming on the 28th. I had no idea. So hopefully that's still on. I haven't talked with her in a while since the last sales show we did with her in May. But Jim says I've got it on the books. So that'll be a 2 p.m. sales show to close out our Saturday shows in September. And then Jiggy's going to be with us and his team on the 28th doing that Marvel versus DC show. And then what else did I add in here? I thought I added something, but I don't see it now. Probably was the Joelle thing that kind of threw me. But look, I decided to put Comic Art Live right there on the schedule because it's that close. Holy mackerel. We got 2.5 months until Comic Art Live, 5 months until OAX. So it's going to be very hectic. Very, very hectic couple months here. But Mr. Snork's in the green room. And I know he'd like to take a look at some Brian Hitch pieces that I have set aside. So let me bring him in. Hey, Chris. How you doing?
I would. Good. You have to right now explain the McDonald's shirt to me.
Look, it's even got my name on the back.
Oh my God.
It's the only time I'm wearing it. It'll be part of the OAX auction. Okay. It's one of those, if you know, you know. I didn't want to, somebody in the chat will tell you, but you know, there was. I tuned in at
8:15 and I must have missed something.
No, we didn't. Well, we actually never talked about it. Alberto asked me about Cooley, but no, we got compared to McDonald's one time, and so I just thought, like, as a kickoff show, this is my McDonald's gear. I'm ready. Okay, we're gonna go. It's like, again, it's like a sport jersey. I feel like
you look fantastic.
I didn't think that McDonald's ketchup color was good at first, but I'm getting attached.
It's working. I'm loving it.
Damn it. All right. Yep, exactly. All right. So hey, that hitch art. Let me go grab a few pieces here. And you did get your email, right? You know that piece of art?
I did. It's supposed to be here tomorrow, but I highly doubt it.
I doubt that too. Somebody else had asked me about art I shipped, and I shipped it, what was it, just a couple days ago, and it said Friday. I'm like, there's no way it's going to be there on Friday. I think USPS is just cheating, lying. But
they do.
All right. Here, let me show you a few things. This was I think it was one of those Ultron covers. There's Luke right there. Everybody's seen that one before.
Yep.
And I got a Wolverine Best There Is cover with Neary inks.
Ooh.
I thought that was a good one.
Dang, paging Jason D'Ambrosio.
Yeah, I know. And literally, I think from that series, I think it was a 12-issue run, and I think I've got 8 of the covers here. And I've only shown one of them all before. This one's right up a lot of people's alley. Look at this thing.
Oh, yeah.
Another Hitch Neary piece. This is from, it says Ultimate Avengers versus New Ultimates. So that's...
Man, look at that cap.
Woo. I know. The cap, Cap makes this one totally. Yeah. You get Iron Man and Hawkeye and Thor on this too. So, yeah, I like that one a lot.
Oh, yeah, you should go full screen, Bill.
Oh, shoot. No, thank you. Here.
They don't want to look at me.
No, there you go. There you go, everybody. Take a look at that. How's that? Now that's been, you've been supersized, everybody.
Man, that is awesome. I love the chin strap. That's woo.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Hitch is amazing. When the work that he did for Marvel. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I mean, he really helped define the way they did the movies and everything, especially when you see stuff like that.
That guy looks ready to disparage the French.
Yeah, that's true. This may or may not be in there. I was pulling stuff aside because he did so much FF work where Doom was in it that I was like, oh, that's Robert Downey Jr. in there. So, but there's plenty of other Doom FF pieces. I'm going to probably go through it, and a couple of them are the super oversized pieces that Hitch has done. So, yeah, and I didn't even look at any of that stuff. So I figure I might go back and pull some better Doom pieces for that. This is also another what was it, the Ultimates or versus the new Ultimates or whatever. So it's you get a lot of bad guys in that one. It looks like I can't even tell.
Some bruisers too.
Nick, yep. And there's a bunch of interiors in here from that Ultimate Invasion. Some good stuff's got magic in it. Figured Jason might like to see some of those. I don't know. I don't think I've got a splash with magic in it though. What do we got here? Oh, this is a good one.
Oh wow, Illuminati.
Yep.
That is awesome.
That is a nice one. And then this one's a good one, especially if you're a Thor fan. This is I think from the Age of Ultron. I don't know which issue, but it's one of the bigger ones. I'll actually pull it over here. Look at that. Thor hammer to the face. That's pretty good.
How big are those, Bill?
This one, let's see. This one's got to be 17 by 24.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I have a sizable framing bill coming.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the one that I won't say anything. Yeah, but but I'm going to be looking for more pieces like that. I want to find some stuff that have a lot of wall power, and I got to make some room in this tool chest. So I got to move some of these larger pieces. But yeah, so that'll be Saturday. I hope everybody. Yeah. So what was the question I saw earlier from? Where was that? I don't think I got to highlight it. But anyway, I'll skip over all that Mick comic art. I know that there was a question, but I didn't highlight it. Sorry, guys. You can ask it to me again now that I'm watching the chat. But all right, so I'm just going to keep rolling here. I was going to show. I'll be honest. I went through the heritage stuff, and I really briefly, and nothing hit me. It was weird.
Oh wow.
It was and what was even stranger was nothing hit me when I did the reference suggested stuff first. So I actually switched it to even highest price stuff, and the stuff that was highest price was shocking. There was one of those Topps cards with the dinosaurs that was number one. It was already at $2,000.
Wow.
And a Sugar and Spike page was like number 2 or 3. So it was. It's a weird looking week coming up with heritage. I don't know why.
I got the catalog today. Wow.
I know. Yeah, I haven't got a chance to open it yet. Good stuff.
There's Kirby Sinnet FF in the way back. That's how good this auction is.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's all right. I'll have to crack open that and take a look at that as well. But I know they're hyping it. I popped on there just to see where the Wolverine 1 cover was at, and I think that's around 150,000 right now. So I think I'm curious. To me, that's the one that I want to see where it's going to end up at. I think it could go really high. I mean, that's such that's an image that so many folks. That's how they identify Wolverine, right? I mean, if you started reading during that era, that's it. That's the cover. So,
and I mean, I think too that there is a subsection of Buscema Wolverine fans, and like, geez, what else is there then?
Right.
That there's that image, and everything else is kind of like, below.
Exactly. And number one Marvel fan says he thinks $1 million. The thing is, $1 million wouldn't surprise me. I think there might be
neither.
I think there's 3 or 4 people out there who really would love to get that. And
then what happens to the Buscema market? Right? Is it going to be Zach after Secret Wars or what?
I don't know. Again, that's why I'm really curious. Remember I've talked about that. The last, I don't know, year and a half worth of signature auctions haven't had a really like super exciting piece that everybody's like really, 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 really wanting to see where it's going to end. This one I want to see. I mean, I think everybody has got to be curious, and that by itself means it's got to go high. I'd be shocked if it went under $500,000. I mean, there's just no way. So
I can't see that. No.
Nope. Number one Marvel fan thinks Buscema Conan will go up for sure. Well, it's possible.
I'll go throw $200K on it right now just to say that I bid on it. I'm that confident that it's going to go.
Yep. Chuck Arnold mentions that Burn Magneto Splash may go higher.
The Jim Lee Magneto Splash too is bananas.
Is that the one? Which one's he talking about? I'm not even sure if I remember what the
could be either. He loves them both, but I think Burn.
He's got to mean the Burn one. But I think when I last checked that was at 80. But I haven't gone back to that one. And since he's talking about the Burn, of course he is.
Yeah, of course he is.
But yeah, well, for me, that was from issue like what 114, and everybody knows I've always said that's the Burn period that I like. I like the early stuff where it was still
the first run.
Yeah, it's not as polished work, but I mean it's still Burn, and I love it. So whoever gets that one, I'll be.
It looks like it always felt like more enthusiasm to me.
Well, it's 113, says Jerry. Okay, yeah. Marcus is going to put a tracking bid on that one at 200,000.
I think he's saying 200 grand is my tracking bid.
I figured he was going to try to beat you to it. All right. So because we're skipping Heritage tonight, we can just jump right into the EXP. I haven't seen Nick tonight, but God only knows what restaurant he's eating at this evening.
He's having a steak. I'll tell you that much. I saw a big old slab of bacon too.
Son of a gun, that guy. And he's been focusing a lot on desserts, as well.
He's living right up to the hilt.
Cardio.
Yeah, he's living right up to the hilt. I'll give him that.
And he just announced I think a Scrooge book or something like that they have the rights to.
DuckTales?
DuckTales, that's what it is.
Yeah,
that's right.
I saw that.
So yeah, the pot of gold, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger for that man.
Good things happen to good people.
All right, let's take a look at what he's got going on tomorrow night at 7:00 over on the EXP channel. Let's see what he's selling.
Everybody, this is going to be quick, but this Friday, August 30th, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. I always need to move my hands since I'm Italian. We have the original art experience. I didn't bring too much art yet because I've had a crazy week. So hopefully I'll have more art on Friday. If not, we'll just have to do blockbuster deals with what I have. And who knows? There are always Labor Day savings. So maybe, like other traditional retailers, maybe I'll have a few pieces that I had in the past. Blockbuster pricing. Let's see what happens. But I know I have this. All right. So we have Spectacular Spider-Man 254. This is by Luke Ross and Dan Green. And you got little Normie Osborn running up to Peter Parker. And considering what's going on these days, that's interesting. Then we have this beautiful Gambit page. It is gorgeous. This is from like 1997. God, that series was great. Sentry, John Romita Jr., Scott Hanna. Then we have Dale Eaglesham, Green Lantern. We have 2 pieces of commission cover art. So since we got Normie Osborn, we figured why not have the Green Goblin and a little bit of Death in the Family going on. We have a Tales of Suspense recreation by Mike DiCarlo after Jack Kirby. The Avengers Academy 19 page 10. We've had this in the past. This will be special pricing. This JSA number 7 page 2. This splash was on before. This will have some special pricing. And because I was desperate to get some art on the air, I actually pulled this. This is Justice League 153 by George Tuska. This is where the heroes meet Julie Schwartz, Earth Prime. This is where it's at. God, I hope this one doesn't sell, but I'm putting it on the air. So, this Friday, August 30th, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Check out the original art experience. Hit that thumbs up. Share. Sharing is caring. See you Friday.
See you Friday, Nick. So hey, before we get this thing started, I bet you saw this because you're on the social, sites and things. I don't know. Maybe you're not on Twitter anymore. Did you see this?
I did. Yeah. Like all of my buddies were sending this to me this week. The head looks amazing.
I was thinking the same thing. I actually kind of think they've got the proportions right too. I think I can live with that.
Good. Yeah. I think a lot of people expected it to be all CGI, but I'm okay with seeing some practical stuff mixed in there.
Same here.
Yeah, I agree with Tariq.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I mean, maybe they use this for who knows what they're going to end up doing.
Yeah, I agree with Tariq.
Yeah,
though.
that's so true. The brow.
It's very. I get an Alex Ross vibe from it.
I see it, but I was happy to see that. I figured the whole thing was going to be CGI. The all mocap stuff, and you never get to see them. So this is great. A very nice surprise today. Sorry.
I also like the bulk too. Like he looks big enough.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Definitely. All right. Well, I figured I was not going to be the first person to share that with you.
Appreciate that though.
All right. Do I even want to do the calf up tonight? It's already 10:40. I mean, my son made the video clips. I should probably run through it really quickly, even or is that we spent money on nothing tonight. But calf update, I'll do it. The 19th through the 25th, everybody. It was a down week for comic art dealers. And if you read the report, it was actually really bad. Somehow, when Colin built the report, there was only $125,000 in sales for dealers. And then somehow, magically, a $75,000 piece from Albert Moy probably got backdated and put into the market data. So we're going to see that piece first because, of course, it's a top seller in a week where we only have 200,000 in sales. So let's see the top 6 sales from dealers last week. And first up, now I think this was a complete story. Tales from the Crypt, issue 35 story. Graham Ingalls and was the artist on this one. And Albert sold it, $75,000. That's not a bad title page right there if you're an EC fan.
Right.
Then what do we got next? We got Berkey selling a Peanuts Sundae for $48,000. So right there, $125,000 between the two of them on 2 sales. There's only $75,000 left from all the dealers we track. We got a McNiven piece from Anthony. He sold this for $8,000. And I think we had that once on Dueling Dealers or something. I think there's another, it's like one image out of a couple for that cover. Then there was the Greg Land Amazing Spider-Man cover. This one was sold by, Perkins. I'm jumping ahead. House of M. Sorry, Masters of Evil 2 cover.
That's incredible.
And yeah, $6,500 on that one. That one was nice. Now it's the Greg Land Amazing Spider-Man 62. And this is, what was the asking price on this one? $4,500 from Will. And we did see this one. Did I get credit for the sale? I think Anthony sold this probably right after Dueling Dealers. This was $3,500, and it was from Batman Dark Victory 5, page 7. So there you go.
Nice page.
Out of all those 6 pages, I mean, there's not much left in the total sales for everybody last week. I don't know what they were. I mean, first, a week back to school or something. They all couldn't. They all taking care of kids. I have no idea, but. A very, very light week for those guys. Now, what did auction houses do? 329,000. So a down week for them too. So I don't know, something in the water. 150 for eBay, 175 for Heritage. And what do we got? Top 3 from eBay. This one was a George Perez Brave and the Bold splash. It was from issue 6. I know the list price on this thing was $5,000, but it did sell with a make offer for $3,500, which still gets it in our top 3. So next up was a Morbius page from, let's see, it's by Frank Robbins from Fear. Okay, and this one went for $4,000. Not too bad.
Blade.
Yeah, I like it. And this one, I hate whoever got it. This one, I watched it. I even thought about bidding on it. This Dave Cockrum Nightcrawler went for $3,000. And I'll have a few things to say about that after we're done here with this. But there's This is back over to Heritage. Dale Keown, Incredible Hulk page, $8,400. Then what's next? It's the one I picked last week. That First Romance 30 cover. It went for $8,400 too.
It's got Sharon on it.
Exactly. That is a great image. I mean, really is. Yeah. But I'm surprised it made it to the top 3. And then this one, I didn't pick this one, but I probably should have. Gil Kane, Frank Giacoya, What If, 24 page went for $4,560. But yeah, that Nightcrawler, it popped. I don't know how the heck I ended up stumbling into it, but you know, I mean, it's good, right? I mean, it's done in this for the same year Giant Size came out, and I think we all go through this as buyers, right? You see something, you think, I can go to this number. I'm going to go to that number because I'm going to go to the mat to get that thing. I don't even care. And I chickened out at the end, but I was thinking I'm going to put $5,000 bid on it because I know it'll go higher than that if I bid it, right? And then I chickened out to do it. So it would have been curious to see where it would have gone. But something like that, it's so cool, right? I mean, the guy, you read the description, and he did a lot of buying back in the day. Has like a storage facility that he's slowly, emptying out. And
more to come.
More to come, exactly. But you see something like that, and I mean, doesn't that cross your mind sometimes? So you see something, you're like, I'm going.
So what I've learned is that has very much been my behavior in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Tell a couple of your buddies. Yeah. Tell a couple of your friends that you're thinking about it, and then before you know it, it's like they're like, buck, 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 buck. I mean, they may not literally make chicken noises, but they're in your mind, they're making chicken noises.
Well, that's why I ended up with that Sienkiewicz, because I said something to Kazra about it, and he basically, he didn't call me a chicken, but he convinced me to do it, and I would imagine if I would have shown him that, he might have convinced me to do it. So it's better that I didn't talk to anybody, kept it to myself.
I happily bullied you a little bit about that on the show. That Sienkiewicz page, you were like, oh, I was like, Bill, don't be right like that. Get it?
Yeah. Well, so I'm going to regret that one. I think, but I have a nice Nightcrawler. That was the other thing. I have a Cockrum Nightcrawler as well, but that was cool. I mean, you're not going to see
it's so early
anything like that.
Was the real appeal of it is the vintage of it.
That is so true. And no, it was not published, Marcus. But anyways, so there you go. But it's those pieces that at least it's always exciting to see stuff like that. Things that you've never seen before on CAF or turn up at one of the bigger shows or anything. And that was nice. Friends don't let friends miss out on comic art, says Mikhail. Yeah, words to live by.
Yep.
Brian Bailey. Brian, I emailed you after. You got to email me back. I see in the chat. I wanted to make sure I had the right CAF account for you to upgrade for that premium status. So shoot me an email, please.
Oh, I gotta do that.
I'm looking at my list now. You're on that list. Yeah,
I am on my. Yeah, okay.
I got to get a name from you. I still got to get a name from Rom, #1 Marvel fan. I got to hear from you.
The person that I wanted to give it to actually upgraded since I last realized since I last thought that they weren't premium. So I have to pick a new person.
Well, there's plenty out there. Who else is on there? JC Padilla didn't get back to me. And Tina Hager got back to me. She wanted to give it to her, I think she said maybe her brother-in-law. She gave me his email address, but there wasn't an account for that name. So so I emailed her back and asked if she could find out if he had an account under a different email. And
didn't Mr. and Mrs. Rom both?
They both did. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, Danny didn't get back to me at all, so I'm guilting him if he's on there.
Danny, you son of a.
But yeah, look, I only got 4. 4 of my 10 names are done.
All right, I will. I'm on it tomorrow.
Well, Brian's got an excuse. He's been fighting the flu. Oh, Mikko, yeah, you missed, but we know that we know you're coming. So we're looking forward to having you. And maybe you can come on the next time we bring the next comic art crew on and hang out. Several people said they need to get a commission, a pre-con from you. So I think you're going to be busy. That guy right there. I'm already premium. You are, Newell. Sorry. Can't gift it to you. All right. So let's see here. I guess we should just start diving into picks. I got to close that darn thing video because it keeps playing and distracting me. So, all right, here we go. Let me get our picks of the week. And I can tell you, well, I saw somebody ask about the app. I think it was Marcus. What can I tell you, Marcus? It's coming along. I haven't given a new update to the people who are beta testing, and I'm probably going to add a couple new people to the beta test list this next time around. I'm just waiting to see one thing. I don't want to show it, but essentially one of the things the beta testers said they wanted. So we're adding in features that the beta testers requested. One of which was they wanted to initially be able to browse a gallery by gallery room. I was going to leave that out because it already has like a feed on it that you can filter and search, and but they said no, we got to have it. So I gave a spec to the developer who did what I asked, and then kind of did it not the way I wanted it. Basically, you'll see a whole list of the rooms with a count, a preview image for the room. If you click on the room, it's like a button. It'll expand it. And right now you can basically slide through everything in the room. It's kind of cool. And then if you click a different room, it closes the one that was open and opens up the next one. So I'm waiting to see the next iteration for it because it wasn't quite the way I wanted it. And so we're close. That's just it.
From like a UI perspective or like visual.
Yeah. I mean, I can show it to you if it's every time he does an update, it's like in the middle of an update, it doesn't work. But But it looks awesome. And what I wanted to do was to have it be the vertical like feed scroll, right? When you press a room, it would expand it vertically. And what he did looks cool. I just don't know if it's really what everybody's going to want. I'm going to let the beta testers and Kazra really have final say on it. But I'll go full screen and show it off just so everybody can see it. Even though it's broken, I just remember it doesn't look pretty like this. But when you're, shoot, okay, let me see if I can get it. Now, it worked better when I did it over my shoulder, right? Here, I'll do it like that. That's kind of close. So if I go to the rooms, it brings up the list of rooms, which you can't see. Damn it, there we go. See, but there's a list. It's a full list of the rooms, and if you click on a room, it expands the room, and it only got one piece in that room, so that's totally lame. Oh no, I'm in Comic Art Boston's Calf Gallery. All right. There you go. So basically, it's expanding the room just like the featured pieces were above it, and you can scroll through it that way. Now, the one thing I don't like about it is the thumbnails are a little bit too small. I have an iPhone 10, so it makes them a little bit smaller than you'd want them. But I have to see it like work right. So we'll see. So the bottom line is we got a couple things that the beta testers wanted that we were going to leave for V2. And I want to keep everybody happy because I figured that I want the app's got to check every box that everybody needs. So,
you only get one chance to launch an app.
Exactly, and so I got to get it right. So I want we'll see. But I'm supposed to get another app update tomorrow. Is the main is what that all boils down to. Maureen and and Andy have been working their butts off this week trying to get it to that point. But I know it's the calf app hype. We're trying. I'd like to say it's going to be wrapped up in the next 2 weeks. It's like the loose ends keep popping up. There was something that hit me today. Somebody had emailed me a question about something related to their calf admin, which made me think, oh crap, that's not in the app. And I don't mind saying it. The watermark feature for people who use it, which aren't a lot, but there are some people. But there are people that use the watermark, right? Okay, exactly. Leave it out. I know. Trust me. The thing is, most people don't. But from the app, the watermark isn't actually activated. Because it's. I mean, I don't even think it was in the spec that I wrote for Andy when we were going through the admin stuff. Like, if you're premium, you can do this. So yeah, maybe I will leave it out initially. We'll see. Because we'll see. At any rate, but it's dumb stuff like that pops up that you're like, oh, do I make it actually work the way it really works on the site? So I don't know. Johnny's looking forward to using it. Hey, as I think are a lot of people.
Yep. Same.
All right, let's dive into this calf update. It's not quite 2 hours into the show. We will definitely finish before midnight. What did Marcus say? The app needs to have notifications for colonoscopy. Yeah, it could have that.
Marcus, maybe. You don't want your phone going off every 15 minutes like that.
No, but I'll tell you, there's some cool stuff. I mean, push notifications will be part of V2, and there's just been a lot of cool ideas we've been talking about internally, stuff that I think is going to is going to wow a lot of people. I'm excited for it, and if for those people who probably noticed, we've been doing a lot of extra work with the dealer for sale section. I don't know, Maureen's been working on some side stuff over there that, we're repopulating some of the crawl sites that we've kind of let fall the wayside for a while. We're doing a lot of work over there in preparation for V2, which is going to be all about art for sale and things like that. So there's a lot of neat stuff that we're already starting work on that is going to, I think, blow people's minds. And we will when we do all that. The one thing I know, it's been asked about. Well, they're going to be able to have that feature where you can omit sellers from your search results. So if you don't like Albert Moy, you can uncheck him and he won't be in your lists anymore. Just saying.
Why?
I don't know, but one thing that came out of all of that too was the idea that in our seller kind of pool we have we've got U.S. dealers who focus mostly on vintage stuff and reps and artists and European art dealers. So we're really going to kind of set up those sellers as in kind of a classification system like that. So if you just want to omit all of the European sellers in your search results, you can do that. If you don't want the heritage or the auction results or the auction sales in there, kick those out. So it's going to be very, very granular. And I think that's what everybody's always wanted. And we can finally do that.
Is it going to be, I'm going to ask a heavily loaded question. Is it compatible with Comic Art Live?
That's, the goal originally was definitely to have it in there, and Casper would be like, yes, we got to have, we wanted it to be in there. I don't know, given where we're at right now, 2.5 months away, that we could actually do it. I'd like to, and I know exactly how we would do it. It's just, I just don't think that we can make it happen. And that's discouraging, but we really felt like we were going to be done during San Diego, around that point in time.
Yeah.
And that did not happen. And now that where we're at, I'd rather get it right. I'd rather have V2 get the dealers, all the for sale stuff, the classifieds better integrated, the dealer stuff better integrated, the push notifications working right. And that's a lot of work just by itself. So we focus on that.
When you mentioned push notifications, that's actually what made me think of it, because for whatever reason, Saturday morning rolls around of Comic Art Live and I'm at the gym or something. I'm like, damn it. And I have to tear ass home.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but that'll work probably in May, 2025. I think we would be building towards that. It can't happen. And there's just no way, but it's not for lack of trying. We're definitely, we're trying to get there. But yeah, anyway, now we can do our picks.
All right.
Oh man, the stuff they're talking about in the chat. Come on, guys, save that for Dr. I don't know, Dr. Oz's.
One person says colonoscopy and everybody loses their damn minds.
Very, very true. All right, let me get my share screen up here that has all of our picks in it. I even picked an extra one this week. I couldn't stop at 10. I had to go to 11.
Marcus, I almost did 11 too.
Yeah, well, you should have.
Well,
you lost out. There's always next week.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so I'm going to start off prefacing this by saying this was for sale. It is sold. So this is not an advertisement for Eddie Barrows art, but it kind of is. I think his pencils are so incredibly tight, so perfectly rendered. What an incredible draftsman. No offense to inkers, but this doesn't need ink in my mind. If this was one of those books that they shot from the pencils, I think it would almost be better off, because I'm frankly not sure what an inker adds to this. It's just everything you need is there. I love I'm not a Superman fan, but when you see a really perfect square jawed, it's got the spit curl, the whole thing, Superman's a cool looking character. And when you see him really effectively, perfectly rendered like this, I think he looks at his best.
Agreed. Yeah, I think I thought this thing was awesome as well. It caught my eye, and I hadn't started my picks yet, but then I got your list, so I was able to avoid it. But I think it's fantastic, and you're right. What would an inker really add to the amount of cross hatching and detail that's already in there. I mean,
Exactly.
they could,
Yeah.
but it's almost like why do it?
Yeah.
Even #1 Marvel fan says it's beautiful Superman. Can't argue at all. And so I didn't even check, but yeah, it's Super Pals art, of course. Rep for Eddie Barrows, and if you're familiar with it and Eddie's work, you can find a lot of work for sale in Super Pals thing. And that's not an advertisement. It's just because we're here. We talk about Fred's Calf Gallery. Next up, Chris Samnee variant cover. Now wait, who owns this one? Matthew P.
I'll probably take some heat from Jason for talking about Samnee again, but here it is. I love Kilowog. I love Tomar. I love Chip. So like this has got a bunch of my favorite Green Lanterns on it. So that's a big piece of it. But I think we so frequently we love the high contrast stuff from Samnee, where it's somber, it's Daredevil, it's Batman, all that kind of stuff. Seeing him do something like this where it's brighter, it's more open, I think is really nice because it showcases his ability to do all that same stuff, but at a figural level. So like the masses, where he spots the blacks, the masses that he uses on the figures. Green Lantern's a great example because he's got the basically 2-color costume. Black features strongly on these characters' costumes. So he gets to do some of that Samnee stuff, but it's wound down, it's smaller. And I think the way that he assembled the figures on this page is like design first and then character service second, but they all look really cool. Everybody's getting their moment. Like Tomar's firing off some blasts, Chip's even doing some stuff there. So I just think overall, this is a really well thought out, really put together cover that's impeccably illustrated.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. I think that I didn't realize it was Samnee at first when I was looking at it, or Samnee. I'm sorry. I want to make sure that Jason gets irritated and he hasn't grown up talking about it. But Marcus says that he's always a guaranteed pick from you unless you take the week off.
Sorry.
That's true. Chris, he's just one of those guys that he's so talented, and there's not a lot of there's not enough, I should say, of his published work out there. But this is really, 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 really nice. So, Richard Pace says he thought Panosian for a second. Yeah, Dan's stuff of late has just been crazy, over detailed. Yeah,
so good. And I mean the contrast for sure. I definitely see the comparison from that standpoint. To me, Panosian's a little wilder. A little slashier, a little more kind of edgier looking, and Samnee's more in that Toth camp.
Yeah, quite true. But no, nice. I mean, I love Chris's stuff. I could pick it every time I see it too. Now this next one, I wasn't familiar with the artist. Oh, Cucina. Okay. And Jonah Hex, one of your favorites. After the Thing, it's like your number 2.
Yeah, he's right up there. This again is just all about the blacks, all about the rendering. That's that's kind of my stock in trade as well. I really love the facial expression on Hex on this. It's kind of he looks content in a creepy way. He looks he's ready to do what he does, which is shoot somebody. So he's got that kind of vaguely menacing but satisfied look on his face. I think is cool. I like the logo treatment a lot. I would guess that that's put in digitally or something to that effect because of
the a stat almost, I think.
Yeah, because of how tightly it's rendered. But I like how it wedges into the image. So I think that was effectively done from that standpoint. It's basically using his collar to block it in, which I think was cool. But cool perspective and tremendous amount of detail.
Agreed. Yeah, this is it's slick. I mean, that is in your face as you're gonna get with a gun. Now Chuck has said you are smarter than he. Did you see that?
Chuck and I had a spirited discussion this afternoon about the contributions of Keith Giffen to the Legion of Superheroes, and I told Chuck he was dumb.
So he's just being sarcastic when
he's a little hurt. That's okay.
Because you were right, apparently.
Yeah.
Now this piece is in Michael Wigan's collection, and I got my like on it. Javier Salters, and You got Teixeira inks too. That's
yeah, Tax on inks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think, you know, for me initially, like when I saw Salteris, I was like, oh, he's kind of a Tex ape, like a little bit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Tex started inking on this book, I was like, oh man, they're so good together, right? Like they're kind of simpatico in that way. It's like when you saw Hitch and Neary, it was like, oh, okay, yeah. Anyway, great book. Like first and foremost, like this was an epic crossover from, you know, my favorite time reading comics, and to get two of my favorite characters on there was great. And this combo of artists to me is insane. You get that amazing like half splash with Ghost Rider, the bike. Overall, just what a banger of an interior page this is.
Yeah, no, I agree that this image right here of Ghost Rider is brilliant. I mean, it could be on a cover. It's so good. It's unbelievable. I even like the treatment, you know, throughout this. I like this last panel with Punisher on it. I mean, that's just really well done. So
and like fire lit, right? Like you know that's why a Punisher's costume's like washed out.
But you know, if you look, the fire is like all feathery. I mean, it's just a funny way to draw it, but it works so well. It gives it's kind of like a wave almost here and even up here the way they're handling it. And I guess that's really the way.
Yeah.
No, it's awesome. Michael Wigan, he gets a lot of choice pieces.
That's a great one. I would happily own that.
Chuck Arnold says it's the best Ghost Rider ever.
I don't disagree one iota. I think that's the best run on that character ever.
With some absolute Batman spikes. That's true. Oh man. All right. Well, congrats, Michael, for that one. Then Dennis, what has Dennis got here? This is I remember. This is such a fun page, and not just because of the what's happening in it, but it's so lighthearted the way this page is drawn. I mean, it's just fun, and again, not even just it's not the panels, it's not the situation stuff. This when this thing was done, the artist had to have been having just the time of their life. It's just too. There's a lot of enjoyable stuff happening here.
Yeah. It's really dramatic. The facial expressions are so over the top. It's definitely got like, it's got that romance like soap opera vibe to it, of course, because that's what it is. But yeah, I love how like the palette, or the tones never go dark, right? It's all very airy. And like the darkest tones are mid-tones, except for like the blacks, like his hair or, whatever. But like everything in the background's really like set in the background. It's all dropped back. And it's easy to follow like what he did with the characters, the way they're like together, the way they're moving, the way, whatever, like makes the page flow like irrespective of the, the kind of honestly bizarre panel borders. Yeah, that is a bit odd. I'm sorry. The more I keep looking at it, the more I keep wanting to write the story for it. Could do Mad Libs. Yes, exactly. Either they're having an affair and he's got to go tell the husband, who's a doctor, who's got a gun, in his dress drawer, or maybe he's dying of cancer and he wants a second opinion. So she's sad. I don't know. There's a lot of things. He's like, no, don't die of cancer, Rick. The word balloons missing on this thing really leave it up for interpretation. So, wow. Oh man. Anyway, good. And who was the artist? Walter Molino. I wasn't familiar. This is beautiful though. Yeah, I do it. Let's do it. Calf Comics. Yes, exactly. So what do you got? 45. Oh, there's. Oh, look, it's the. These are for sale, but I remember. Oh yeah, this guy. He's good. It's that guy. Okay, we did talk about him. Will you click on that again? Yeah, I will. And this is it's all the way back to November. This is almost 10 months ago. Yeah, this guy. We definitely talked about that. Yep. Huh. Okay. Well, we're Molino fans, Bill. Yeah, we are. We didn't even know it. Huh. That's great. Shoot, I'm gonna leave that. I'm not even gonna leave that tab open. I'm taking this one and moving it someplace else so I don't forget and accidentally close it later. All right, what do we got next here? Now, I hate to say it, I did pick something from Benham. I think Benham was my 11th pick that I didn't want to pass up. But you've got it's Man-Thing. And who was the artist? You pronounce that last name for me. I say Lemchenko. I'm not positive. I know Mikhail could maybe correct us if he's still here, because he's gotten a commission from this fella before. That awesome Wolverine he has in the motorcycle that's like in the Southwest. Yeah. I watched this come together on Instagram. I follow this guy on Instagram, and I have to say, watching the process, I never ever could have dreamt of the result, because this to me is really, as far as lighting something is concerned, this is next level. That eerie white from the swamp and how he catches the edges of things, where he chooses, like his left leg is a little bit back, right? So it's blacked out, but like uplighting the tree, uplighting Man-Thing, changing the tones of the greens, and like, where the green is like more yellow green, it's more brown green, things like that, like, of course, naturally associated with Man-Thing, but like making those choices, making those selections, like as he works his way up, like the variegation in his nose, snout, whatever it is. Just so many like itty bitty little home runs in this piece.
I completely agree. And I didn't even see that alligator. I was so focused on Man-Thing now. I didn't see the deer in the background. I don't know what a tail here I'm seeing or whatever, a lizard. I don't know. But yeah,
the blurry, like the blurry weeds or branches or whatever way up in the foreground make it look like you've stumbled upon something, like you're there.
Richard Pace is a comedian. You say it like Paul. Well, I can pronounce Paul. I couldn't pronounce his last name. Sorry, I missed that one.
I like that.
All right. Comedian. We got a lot of comedians in the audience tonight.
Yeah.
All right, but this is a good one. And we know that Benham, he likes, he gets a fair number of commissions, convention sketches and stuff, and they usually involve large creatures one way or another. So a Man-Thing in his collection isn't surprising. Now, whose calf are we in here? Jason G. And Jorge Corona.
Yep. He picked up Daniel Warren Johnson's Transformers title after Daniel, moved off of doing the art chores. And I picked this because what a tough act to follow, right? You're going to follow Daniel Warren Johnson on the book that he's writing and drawing. And when I saw like pages from this book from him start to come out, I thought, wow, like it's not seamless, right? You don't necessarily want seamless. Like you want somebody who's got their own take, but it's right in line.
Yeah.
And it was such a unique, DWJ's take on Transformers to me is so like transformative, no pun intended, but I just said that, that it felt so unique to see Jorge Corona come on and follow that and almost honor it, not pay tribute. You can't say pay tribute to it, but like acknowledge it, but still do his own thing, I think is really incredibly, that's a feat.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's amazing. I think it you think about, I remember when I read that, he was, transitioning out from doing the artwork, I thought the same thing. It's like, well, who do you get? What's it gonna look like? But yeah, this stands up. I mean, it really does. I mean, this panel right here, the amount of detail packed into here. I mean, look at this panel of computers and buttons and stuff. I mean, there's just so much detail in here, and it's great. And I love the fact that there's no line. Every line has a variation of thickness. I mean, when I'm looking at it, there's even just drawing the floor. We could look back at 80s Marvel, and and I think we were just looking at that with Anthony's art drop. There was like a checkerboard floor. Literally, it was drawn out with every line. Right here, this floor has weight. It's and it's all because
wear
right, exactly, and it's all because of the variation, the weight in the line here. And yeah, he did a fantastic job.
It's great stuff.
And I guess Carl's a fan too, because he says he did an unboxing of 6 of his Transformers pages just recently. Carl will be on in an interview soon, by the way. Now, okay, Larry Jones is next. He's got a Duncan Fegredo page, and I forget from what. Spider-Man Tangled Web. Nice.
Yeah, this Flowers for Rhino story was so fun, so good. Fegredo is so good, and Rhino specifically looks so cool in this book. It kind of made, when this came out, I kind of like became a Rhino fan on some level, and not a character that I ever like gave a second thought to in the past, but the characterization of him, like that bottom panel where he's like slapping those goons away and he's like, you know, cradling the femme fatale there. I mean, I just love the expressions on everyone's faces. His line weights are really something else. Like where he picks and chooses to like drop blacks, where he picks and chooses to do, you know, the little textures on Rhino's suit, things like that. But man alive, dude, I loved this book, and I'm ape over this page.
Yeah, I love the, you know, a lot of times you would see that first panel just come, you know, maybe go all dark going down, but it's fun the way they kind of laid out the panel. It bled into the next, you know, or I should say the first panel, then you have the second panel inset, the third and fourth are kind of inset into that, and then you have this nice, you know, wide open shot at the bottom that it's just a great layout. And you're right, the Fegredo style here. I mean, I've loved this work for a long time, but here in particular, I mean, that's just a funky way to draw the Rhino, but it works so well. Wow. Well, this is a good one for Larry. Congrats, Larry. One comment, everybody. Is that really refresh?
Ooh.
It's still only one comment. All right. A lot of people like this page, and only Marcus has commented on it, everybody. So everybody just, if you have time tonight, go to Larry's Calf Gallery. Here, I'm going to make it real easy. We're going to get some comments on this piece. See, I can do the comment thing every once in a while, guys.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. There's a link in the chat now. Everybody needs to go leave Larry a comment tonight. He's going to wonder what happened.
We can apply the Cox effect anywhere we want.
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
All right. Now we got a Carrie Nord. We don't talk about Carrie Nord too often. Is this published? It's a Red Sonja commission. All right. Not too shabby.
I have a huge amount of respect for Carrie Nord because he is so incredibly selective as to like what he really draws and what he suggests. And like, that is something that like stylistically is so important. And I think when you look at a piece like as an overall illustration, it becomes even more important. So like the background on this is doing like everything it needs to do, but there's hardly anything there, right? So he's got some very impressionistic, you know, trees and like there's lighting and whatever, but it's all about Sonja and even the stuff on Sonja. So like the edges of the cloak are like, so it's furry, so you get some like line work there to show that it's like ragged on the edges and whatever. But then the inside of it is just like modeled colors, right? It's just suggestions of like, you know, it's a cloak, right? So it's somewhat uniform. There's some stuff going on in there tonally for visual interest for sure. But then like what he chooses to do with her face and with the metal bikini and like the sword hilt and things like that, where like he can and wants to like pour on a little bit of detail and do some cool stuff with textures, that's all there too. And it's more pronounced. And I guess that's what I'm saying is like what he chooses to really make pop or, you know, cause interest in is what makes him so good to me.
Yeah, I like it a lot too. Focused on the figure. I love the light touches for the background. I like the way he incorporated his signature into it.
Yeah.
Stingray
I even think I like the fact that it's like it's tilted this way and then the background is coming up underneath her. So you've almost got this like L effect that she's like sitting in the crook of the L.
Very nice. And he had a great Conan run. Stingray.
Yes.
I would agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
And I saw Marcus ask me if I would leave a comment. I left a comment. I'm comment number 2 on that piece. So there you go. I did it. Let's see here. Well, congratulations to Mike on this piece. How long has Mike been a CAF member? 13 years. My goodness.
Hey, Colin's in there.
Yeah, Colin, number 1. Only one on that one. Okay, we're going after pieces with low. Okay, now this one's got a fair number of comments on it. I remember this one. But Norman Bear is the painter, and my goodness, this is this is like everybody's worst nightmare to get your head lopped off. Look, Christopher Reeve is even praying for him there. But my goodness, it's beautiful. I mean, and it's gory, but man, the idea that these went into men's magazines, right? I mean, just the amazing amount of work just for some funky stories that about war or espionage or something like that. And so much of this work has never been seen by people. If they weren't reading these books back in the 50s or early 60s when they were coming out. Cavalier magazine, says Richard Pace. Well, they resurfaced in the 70s. And Cavalier and Gent and whatever the heck else was running around by then.
This could be a photo. I mean, that's really what bears out here. And honestly, with the little white border around it, it's got that, even more so. So the realism, I mean, obviously is astounding, particularly like when you look at the clothing and the positioning of the figures. Like, this is very, very realistic. And then the one area that's not is the area where your eye automatically is going to go to, because he pops in that color. He's got the, the kind of like eerie light, like reflecting up on the guy's face, which kind of has no business being there, which takes you out of that like photorealistic moment that you're having looking at the rest of the piece, and really brings you back to that, like, oh, it's a men's magazine and this is an illustration.
Right. Literally the last split second of life.
Yeah.
Wow. No, it's fantastic. It really, really is.
I love this.
Caught my eye when I first saw it as well. It's brutal too. And it was Cavalier magazine. I didn't read that. Cavalier. So yeah, 1961.
Can we see it with the treatment?
Yeah. Let's see. How do they? Oh my.
Yeah, it loses something in print because you don't have the color.
Yep. That's unfortunate. It's not like they couldn't have done it too. That's funny. Huh.
Interesting too how I mean, it may be the copy of the magazine, but the lighting shifted from page to page there, or the saturation.
Well, congrats, Brian. I saw Brian's in the chat. So great pickup. There's definitely not a lot of this stuff on CAF, but it's always fun to see when it makes its way there.
Buck, I am deeply offended. I'm from Wisconsin.
Oh, you're not from Minnesota?
No.
I know. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there you go. Buck. All right, Buck Fangs. Now you made Chris angry. You don't want to make Chris. You're not gonna like him half and he's like that at all. Now wait a minute. Where are we at? Is that that was your last piece, was it?
That was 10. Yeah, I went out with a bang.
Shoot. You did. All right. Well, then I'm jumping into mine. Let's see if I can get through my 11. This is in Chris Kalacki's CAF gallery. I was actually going to avoid this because we picked Chris stuff, the 2 pieces from him a couple weeks ago. But Carol Daly, and this might be one of the best ones I've ever seen. And so I was like, shoot,
beautiful, even small.
I know. I gotta see if I can make it. Come on, there we go.
Ooh,
it's unbelievable. The amount of work in this piece, just the lighting. It's
looks like Van Gogh.
It does. It's like I'm in awe of this. I can't. It's so funny until they started doing those Carol Day books. I really didn't know who the hell David Wright was, right? And then you get something like this.
Damn.
I mean, we've seen great strips from him, and they always pick great images to promote the book, but this one daily like sums up this man's brilliance. I mean, I can't handle it. I mean, you talk about photorealism. That last panel looks like it could, I mean, even though it's illustrated, it's rendered, it's so realistic. I mean, to me, it's hazy. You see a couple figures in the mist in the back. gosh, this guy is an amazing storyteller. And again, just the camera angles, that first one to the close up to the contemplative third panel. I mean,
and what's
amazing.
what blows me away about it is that, like, so to your point, like that last panel definitely has like a harder like edge of realism. It goes from like very impressionistic and very like suggestive to pretty realistic to like, it's almost like a progression.
Right. And again, it's with intent, you know, without question. And yeah, it makes me really want to like go back and look at the Carol Day strips and just see, you know, where, you know, when he employs stuff like that, because there's a reasoning behind it.
Yeah, and it almost has like a dreamlike quality to it.
Definitely.
Some of those Carol Days, I mean, are really incredibly sharply illustrated, right? Like every, you know, and this is wow.
I know. I was just curious how Chris put a good scan in here for us.
Yeah, he did.
Wow, this is just. See, but now you look at it, it doesn't have the same like super, you know, realistic quality. But I mean, look at just a little hint to have those two figures back there. They stood out more when it was smaller. Now you're looking at it like this, and it's just, yeah, this guy's brilliant. So congrats to Chris and all the work that they do to promote, his Carol Day work, because it deserves to be seen. So, and I'm number one Marvel fans said they're not cheap books. They aren't. But hey, if you can afford one and you like looking at great strip art, this is one to get. Now, I feel Ian Saint gets left out of. He doesn't get enough love for all of his Guardians of the Galaxy art.
This kid loves Guardians of the Galaxy.
It doesn't matter what any storyline I think is good for Ian.
And Brad Walker. He loves Brad Walker.
Yes, he has a lot of Brad Walker. And we have featured some of his Brad Walker stuff in the past. I just thought this was a great composition for as busy as it is. You know, and we talked about like, you know, putting characters in the foreground, and I just think that this thing is it has the right amount of depth to just keep it really fun. I mean, the characters in the foreground are dark. It makes it easy to focus in on all the action going on around Rocket and Groot. And I don't know who that character is holding Cap's shield, but
that is Vance Astro.
Okay.
Or
it says Major Victory. Major Victory. Okay.
Or Major Victory. I don't call him that.
But Ian does. So Wisconsin, says Buck.
All right, Buck.
Those are fighting words. Oh man. But anyways, Ian has a amazing collection, and he really does showcase a lot of Guardian stuff. He does like Brad Walker a lot. And I didn't want to pass this one up because I feel like I know you've picked a few, because I know you're a big Brad Walker fan. I don't think I've picked anything by Ian in the 2+ years we've been doing these things. So I had to give him some props here on this one.
I really like using the dark bad guys to like wedge, to like frame the piece. I think that's to great effect here.
Agreed. Now, this one, I just picked this because I liked the illustration. Brian Level. I mean, I like Level stuff. I just thought this was really nice. It's it's simple. I don't know. Is it? I don't even know what it's from. It's Iron Man Bleeding Edge armor, and is it a commission? Probably yes. So this is in Khalil's calf gallery. I just really like the drawing, and I like the technique. Heavy on the ink wash here, and I just thought it worked really well. I mean, obviously, doing ink wash and Iron Man's armor makes a whole lot of sense, but there's just an odd quality to it. I don't know if it has a little bit of a brown feel to it, and it's not all black. I don't kind of get what he was going with here, but to me, it stood out. It stood out.
It has life.
It does. It really does. The smoke around him. I mean, yeah, there's something to this. So I don't know what. I assume Khalil commissioned Level for this piece. It wasn't something he probably maybe bought pre-done or whatever. But good choice. Really good choice.
Yeah, I like Level a lot. I think he's kind of singular right now. There aren't many people you can point at and be like, oh, I kind of like Brian Level. Yeah.
All right. Well, congrats, Khalil. Next up, I couldn't pass this one. Bo Roberts picked up Andy Kubert, Matt Ryan, X-Men cover. I mean, look at that. That's like, if you're a fan of this era, this is a grail for you. I mean, there's plenty of covers out there to choose from. They don't come on the market too often, and this one's exceptionally inked by Matt. I mean, Andy's style in this one comes through, but Matt's work on this thing really makes it. Really just makes the whole thing pop. So I wasn't reading these books during this era, but I do love Andy's work and Adam's work from this period. I just think this thing is great. I can't imagine. I didn't read was her description written? Not much, but Bo would have to be pretty damn happy, I would imagine. That I was in shock when I thought I scored this. Yeah, as well you should be. I mean, this is amazing. So congrats, man.
Oof.
Oh, Khalil's in there. He did commission him. Good. And on that specific armor. Cool.
All right.
You knew Bill was going to pick X-Men. I can't pass it up.
I would have picked that too, except that I knew you were going to.
I appreciate
it. It is great.
You give me the opportunity to pick, and I'm sorry I didn't linger on the image longer. But yes, you do that quite often because I'm going to pick them.
I see stuff where I'm like, Bill will pick that.
So this was in Mr. De Los Santos's calf gallery, and it's a Wayshack prelim to something I don't recall. I didn't read enough to know what it was from.
This is a prelim?
Eric was saying the same thing. He's like, how can Wayshack call this a prelim? This is a finished piece.
Why draw every web if it's a,
Well, Wayshack, he's certainly catching a lot of people's attention these last couple of years, with the Marvel, the card art that he got to do and just having him at OAX and he's just been doing great. He's been doing great work for a long time, but the stuff he's been doing of late that we're getting to enjoy, and he's been sharing on his in his calf gallery as well. Man, oh man, oh man. I'm kind of curious. I think Eric has always been a fan of Wayshack. So okay. I think he has a few other pieces by him, but yeah, look at that.
Can you blow it up?
I can. Let's see.
I wanted to see the frizzly pixelation around the character that's giving it that black aura.
Mm-hmm.
That's very cool. I mean, it's Sam Keith vibes for sure.
Oh, I didn't think about that. I know that
the pose, the exaggeration, the inking technique too.
Yeah, I got to get something by Wayshack. Well, he's gonna. I think I'm gonna have to. I got to get it. I'm just tired of seeing stuff and not having any of it be mine.
Funny how that works.
Great though. It is a crazy prelim. #1 Marvel fan. Yeah, man, he is so talented. He's such a nice guy too. I mean, I don't know if you had a chance to talk to him at OAX, but I didn't have a lot of time. But I had him on for that one interview, and he's humble. He's you can tell he really appreciates kind of where he's at right now, and he should be really happy.
That's cool. Yeah.
All right, what do we got? I got 6 more to go through, so I got to go quick. Deathlock page. This is in Derek Crabb's calf gallery, and I just thought this last panel was awesome.
Oh yeah.
And I think it doesn't get a lot bigger, but just that image of Deathlock sold it for me. The lighting on him. I mean, this is kick ass. I mean, it's
Magyar.
Magyar, yes, it is Magyar inks on this one. And it very truthful and faithful to Dennis's pencils. We know how Dennis. Look at the way he kind of did the foliage and the shrubbery and things. I mean, that's exactly how Dennis penciled it, because we've seen a lot of Dennis pencils before.
Smacked those blacks.
Mm-hmm.
I love that in that last panel. I mean, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I love this piece. So I'm jealous of Derek for getting this one. This is great because I've seen some of his. I've handled the some of his Deathlock pages, and I'm very jealous. Oh, look, he's got a picture with Dennis over here too. I didn't know that. Look at that big smile.
All right,
Dennis is looking. Yeah, he's like, I am the man that drew this badass piece of art.
Yeah,
nice. Congrats, Derek. Derek's always happy. He's always got that happy grin on him. The professor.
He's a happy guy. When you know everything that he knows, it's easy to be in a good mood.
Yes. Cohen. Thank you for the reminder, Marcus. All right. Hey, I mentioned Mikko Swayan. So I do have another X-Men piece. This thing is it's so powerful.
Holy crap.
Look at that. I mean, Mikko, we all, we love Mikko's work. I think everybody does. You see something like this, and it's just a reminder of how good this guy is. And not just in his technique and everything. I mean, his composition is fantastic. I mean, we've seen so many different ways people can handle a cover like this with a big X on it and get the team here or there wedged in it. This is fun, You get the jet right in the middle. I don't know. I mean, the more I'm looking at this thing, the more I love it. I love he's got their characterizations down just right. I mean, I love the beast in the lower left-hand corner, and Rogue looks almost doll-like in the upper right next to chiseled Gambit.
Surly Gambit.
Yeah, exactly. And Jubilee, all by herself. This is just, it's fantastic.
It reminds you how creepy Morph is.
Yeah, I keep going back to him and I keep thinking of Voldemort, but be that as it may, and it's got a Mohawk Storm in it too. I mean, gosh, this thing has like everything you'd want in a cool X-Men 97 piece.
And I bet this, with that solid red like that, this has got to look absolutely incredible in person.
Exactly, and you're right. I've avoided saying Cyclops throughout the whole thing, but yes, Cyclops looks pretty good in this one too. But they all. I mean, it's great. But again, I wouldn't expect anything less from Mikko. So this is in Jared Simmons' calf gallery, and we all know Jared has one hell of a collection, of course. Who is in the upper left?
That's Morph.
Morph. Yep.
If I say his name a third time, he'll appear behind you.
I'm not doing it. I am not doing it. So yes, wonderful pickup there. Now 4 more to go. Where am I going? I can't even remember where I'm going. Ketti, right? Ketti.
You had this as the show graphic, and I was I can't pick that.
I did, and then
I have loved this thing for years. Years.
Well, Ketti does, he works digitally a lot anymore. And so it's always wonderful to see a traditional piece from him, new or old. And this one just, this one, when I was looking at stuff like midweek to pick for, for the show image, this one just stood out from the crowd as far as being just a great dynamic image. The composition is wonderful. The colors are wonderful.
Yeah.
I want to own this one too.
Me too. He is low-key one of my favorite Cap artists, and he's never worked on Cap. My brother has from about this same period. This piece is like 15 years old, maybe.
I don't know when it was done. I know I'd seen it before, but unbelievable.
So from this same period, my brother has a Ketti Cap, and it's just special. Like, I don't know if he's a fan of the character or whatever, but like he has him nailed down in my mind. And like Iron Fist, like battling Cat, like the positioning of this, like the whole thing is just incredible.
It is. The lighting on it. I mean, Iron Fist is going to smack him down. It's just awesome. It's great. I mean, even the pouches on Cap. I mean, it all works. This is really nice. So, Ketti's a fun guy too. So
yeah.
Man, oh man, oh man. I didn't even get the like on this one yet. So, Calf Gallery FM. Oh, of course. FM in Belgium. All right, 3 more to go. I had to pick the Nick Klein cover. It was kind of hard not to. I mean, it was such a great image when we all first saw it, and it's amazing. I mean, it's just well done. I love Klein's work. I think his run on Hulk was pretty awesome. I loved his run on Thor. So he's just doing so many great things right now, and I'm just kind of in awe of this piece. I would have to imagine in person this thing is even more striking. Yeah.
And I really love the fact that, so instead of going with the yellow white, super hot flames, Hulk is green, So he goes in that more like red orange range to like really complement the two characters with each other. And then he basically pulls the same like complementary color stunt in the background because he's got some yellow in there in the flames, and then he's got purple in the sky. Right. So like this is it goes without saying he's an extremely like knowledgeable painter, right? But like when you make those kind of choices, it just is evident to everyone.
Yeah, I agree. Now this Colin L, 16-year member of CAF. He might be somebody up for a gifted premium membership. Just saying. I don't know what the rest of Colin's collection looks like, but if this is the kind of stuff he collects, we would definitely like to see larger scans. So Marcus says if he posts one, it won't get picked. That's not true. We've picked a few of your things in the past.
He's just being a menace.
Yeah, he is. There was a lot of good stuff. Hey, I could have picked James Siegel posted a really nice Sonic image in his CAF gallery. I thought was pretty nice, but I actually considered it, and I thought, James doesn't need to get low. He's watching Ryan Reynolds do some speech or something today at his major seminar thing he's at, having fun. He probably paid for photographs and a handshake with him too.
I would too.
Yeah,
I paid to smell him. It smells terrific.
Yes, he does. Well, this is the one this is Benham's too, right? Yeah, this was Benham's.
Okay.
I just thought this was a this is probably something done at a con. Epting puts a lot of work into his convention pieces, and Epting is. We haven't talked to Epting, everybody. Just letting you know, he was on our list last year. We didn't really talk to him. Well, we introduced ourselves to him at Heroes, but he isn't somebody we've spoken to. But boy, at some point we really need to get Epting to OAX because he puts so much work into the pieces that he does at the show. And I don't know if he'd ever take pre-cons, but I could just imagine the kind of quality caliber work that he would do. I mean, I think he would be a great guest. And so I just thought this was wonderful. I mean, I'm kind of jealous of, I like the color piece. I like this piece just as much. I mean, and in part because of its Epting, but yeah, it's fantastic. Looks like a Bigfoot photo in a tabloid, says Stingray. Okay, yeah. 2 man things in one night, Marcus.
I was thinking the same thing, Marcus.
Yeah, well, at least we both picked one and not one guy leaning heavily into it. Man thing, one of the best commissioned subjects for artists that show. Yeah, that's true, Khalil.
Very true. Yep. Swamp Thing too, for the same reasons.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got one more, and this is from Scalped. I just thought the composition on this thing was really, really slick.
Yeah, this book was a tour de force from that standpoint.
Yeah, I wish this was a bigger scan too, but I couldn't pass it up. The storytelling is so great. I mean, look at that, his face, gun, his face. Yeah. I mean, and then just it's brilliant.
It's the pacing, right?
It is. Without question. And it's like a page, like, we could I can't make up any story to this. I know what's going on.
Right.
I don't need the word balloons.
It's not like a romance comic.
Yes. Anyway, but this is whose CAF gallery was this now? Charlie Williamson, 19-year member of CAF.
Wow.
Hey, we got some people who've been around a long time.
Does Charlie need a premium?
I don't know. I don't recognize his name, and I handle every premium payment that comes through. I don't feel like I've seen Charlie ever be premium.
For a hot second, Bill, I thought you were going to say I handle every premium member.
I know. I stopped. I was
going to explode.
I know. I'm glad you said it, not me. But I got to check out this CAF gallery because the guy who's been on CAF for 19 years has got to have a lot of art on here.
Wow.
He's got a fair. Well, he's organized. He's got a lot of Hellblazer, a lot of Hitman, Punisher, Scalped. Well, we know his focus is in the kind of the darker titles, so that's kind of cool. Starman.
Can you see the artist breakdown?
It's kind of focused here too. Dylan.
Jock.
Yep. Huh. I don't know. I honestly, I don't feel like I'm sure I've seen stuff from his collection before, but
Frank Miller.
All right. I didn't see. Let's see here. Where is
Mike
Miller?
Zach?
Ooh. All right. Let's see. Before we call it a night, here we'll take I've got a Zach. I just clicked on. What's he got? He's got a Punisher. Return to Big Nothing page with Beatty inks. It's pretty good one. Wow. And then what did he have from Miller? He's got 3 things from Miller. He's got a Daredevil 163 page, a Team America 1 cover. That's a Bob Layton, and he puts a Frank Miller question mark on that one. And then he has a Dark Knight. Oh my gosh. Well, hang on. We'll have to look at the
what?
I know. It's all right. Got to look at the Daredevil page first. This is from 163. Look at that. That is come on, Battling the Hulk. Holy mackerel. Look at that. That panel right there. Oh, shoot, this is a great page. All right, yeah, this guy needs to be a premium member too. Charlie Williamson. I want to see the
I don't see a scanner though.
No, these are photographs.
Photos. Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, what? Okay, this guy can have my gift, Bill.
All right, Charlie.
I'm doing it live.
We found it. All right, I will be emailing Charlie, and I'll mention that we'd love it if he'd pick up a scanner too. Now that he doesn't
can
have
send
to
these to me, and I'll scan them and send them right back.
Shoot, man. I mean, I'm gonna have to take this. I'm gonna move this one out of the tab set here so I can go through his cap. He's got some great stuff. Holy,
I guess.
I can't believe it. That's so.
We should. You know what'd be fun? We should maybe once a month or something go out of our way to find somebody that's under the radar that's got ridiculous shit and talk about their gallery for a minute.
I mean, this piece has been on CAF for 17 years. I don't recall seeing it.
Do you know how many people have no effing idea that it is in his gallery? Didn't. I didn't.
No. I mean, I bet you when it went live, there were a few people that caught it. But yeah, this page is buried for the last 15 years. I mean, he's gotten a few.
When's
comments.
The last comment?
Let's see.
There's a lot of comments. Okay.
So see, look, Nick Barucci found it in 2022.
There we go.
So and that was around the time when he was looking for his killer Frank Miller piece. So anyway, wow. Yeah, that's right. That would be something to kind of do, is kind of dig around and trying to find collections that are under the radar. And it's not because they're not premium. I mean, maybe he doesn't post that often. If you only post 4 or 5 pieces a year, people aren't going to stumble into their CAF gallery too often and find something like this that's been on there for that long.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's wild. I almost feel like we uncovered history here.
I feel like it too. I mean, if you wouldn't send that Zek page was really great as well.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Anyway, wow. All right, I'm leaving this one. Actually, I'm just going to take this tab and put it over there with the other page. I don't want to lose. So, all right. Well, we did it. We did it again.
If he's feeling really effusively grateful for the gift of the premium membership, he wants to send me that Big Nothing page.
Now, do you want me to tell him it was you? The gift came from you?
100%. Okay. Yeah,
you got it. I will let him know.
I'll make a new friend.
If he has the time, if he can go back in there and update some of these images so we can get the larger scans, we'd all love it.
They'll be big.
So NSN has bought a few things from him. Okay, hard-boiled pages from him.
All right.
Huh. Well,
I think that's Hellboy.
Oh, Hellboy. Okay.
Or maybe they were drawn in HB pencil.
Yeah. Hey. Well, Chris, fun as always. You look like you're dismantling something there in the back on the table.
Ish. Yeah. I'm painting a new Warhammer table. So
cool.
It's the bane of my existence right now.
See, Hellblazer. Look at
Hellblazer.
You're both wrong.
To me, HB is Hellboy. So.
Yep. Honey Boo Boo. All right, it's Hellblazer. Very good. Okay. Well, that makes more sense for you, NSN.
Yeah,
it fits right in with your collection. All right. Well, as always, Chris, I hope you have a great weekend. And shoot me a text when the artwork gets in there safe and sound. I'll tell you that shipping those pieces it's nerve-wracking.
It's got to be harrowing. Yeah.
It is. Yeah. I mean, I don't mind 11x17s, but anything much larger than that gets scary. But but I'll tell you, I actually, even though I have insurance, through collectibles insurance, I actually insured it through USPS too, because just from the size, I'm like, you just never know. I'd rather cover all my cases.
Yeah, I would be crushed. but that's not going to happen. It's going to show up safe and sound, and it's going to go up on my wall.
Exactly.
All right.
All right, man. Well, have a good night. Fun weekend.
Thanks, fellas.
All right. So there you have it. Another one in the books, episode 209. So like Kazra mentioned, we're going to be on again in 2 weeks to talk. It'll be a more in-depth conversation about some of the stuff we have going on with OAX. We didn't really even talk about anything related to the galleries that we've got planned, and we're not going to give everything away, but there are some things probably that we'll be able to talk about a couple weeks from now. I think we'll be able to tell you a lot about those to be announced rooms, or really there's 3 sections for that, actually 4. So a lot of stuff going on, and it's interesting when we're approaching the hall layout and whatnot. I think everybody's going to be very happy. And I know Kazra, like earlier, mentioned 500 people. I mean, we're fully expecting that there'll be 750 paid attendees for this next year, which is going to be crazy. You add the exhibitors in that list as well, which we had over 100 last year. So that's going to be about 850 art collectors in the room. And then you throw in 60, 70 artists. I mean, we're pushing 950 people who love comic book art. It's and in all art forms, really. And I think it's going to be one hell of a show. So keep your eyes open for all the announcement emails we got coming out. And number one Marvel fan, you know it is going to be awesome. But yeah, a lot of stuff coming out in the next 2 to 4 weeks. I think everybody will have a really good picture of what we have planned for everybody, and hopefully by mid-October we'll be able to lay everything out for you, because there's so much cool stuff we got going on around here. But have a wonderful night, everybody, and please don't forget, Saturday at 2:00 I will be hanging out with Brian Hitch and showing off some of his great artwork. We'll probably be talking a little bit more about Ghost Machine stuff. I don't have a problem saying I've asked Hitch to come to OAX, and just with his commitments to Ghost Machine, he may or may not be able to make it, but I really want him to come, because he and Kevin Nolan have worked quite a bit in the past. And, with Kevin coming back, I felt like it would be really cool to get Hitch and Nolan in the same room together. And they've actually never met. And it's those kind of things that we're trying to give creators the opportunity to kind of meet people that they've worked with, admire. And, so it's not just trying to make something fun for all of us as collectors. We really want the artists that are going to the show as well to enjoy it, and to get to see and hang out with some people that they maybe haven't gotten the opportunity to do before. So Gary Frank, Tim, I can't even tell you, I asked Gary Frank in year 1. Gary, has a couple of younger kids, and he's not too open to traveling. He's been traveling, I think, a couple times with the Ghost Machine people, but I don't think he'll do much traveling outside of that. But I'd love to have Gary Frank. I admire him. That's why I asked in year 1 if he'd want to come. But yeah, maybe when his kids are a little older and they want to go to Disney, he might be more open to coming here. So we'll see. But listen, everybody, you have a wonderful evening. Thanks for hanging out with me. And again, I'll see many of you again on Saturday at 2 p.m. with Mr. Brian Hitch. Get Buckingham. I talked with Buckingham at Heroes, so you never know. He was interested in coming. I can tell you that. All right. Good night, everybody.